We should be going live right now. I think so. Hi, everybody. Hope you guys are doing well. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining. I forgot how to do live streams now. Hi. I hope you guys are doing well. Thank you so much again for coming by. I hope you guys are having a wonderful start of the weekend. What are you guys up to? Let me just increase the volume just a little bit for the music. Thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate you guys being here. Again, I hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are having a good week. I had a good week. Having a good weekend. Start of the weekend, as I mentioned before. Guys, have any plans for the weekend? Anything that you guys will be doing or something? I have not done a stream in some time now, so I wanted to. The last time I streamed, I think, was December last year. So I wanted to do this. I've been thinking about doing like catch-up streams for the last few months actually. So here it is. So if you guys have any questions, it's a live Q&A thing. So if you guys have any questions about anything at all, feel free to ask about it. How's it going, Somik? Give me 1 second. Hope you're doing well. Hi. Thank you guys so much for joining once again. If you guys haven't already, hit the like button. That helps YouTube know that you are liking the stream, and so that people know that there's a live stream going on and more people can get into it. Sorry, my phone is just going crazy at the same time. It happens all the time when I'm streaming. But yeah, what are you guys up to? What are you guys have been doing so far? Let me know. Anurag, how's it going? Welcome. I have been obviously, as I said, this year has already been a great start for me and for the Behind the Voice podcast as well. It has been amazing and literally cool to see how far the channel has come. The channel crossed 5 million views not so long ago. I think a few days ago. 5 million views, which is insane. So thank you to all of you guys who have watched any of the episodes. Thank you so much for watching them and for hopefully you guys are enjoying so far. So yeah, thank you so much for doing that. Oh, thank you so much, Professor Somik, for becoming a member. I appreciate that, guys. If you haven't already, my bitrate is so low. Why is my bitrate increasingly low? I'm so sorry, guys. That is not supposed to be the case. My bitrate was insanely low, so I'm so sorry about that. My bitrate was so bad. It should be better now. I didn't realize my bitrate just went down. That was weird. Anyway, well, thank you so much for becoming a member, and thank you for the wishes. Yes, wishes. It has been incredible. Now, before I talk about a little bit of that, if you guys don't know, you can become a member of the channel. You can be able to, if you become a member, you can get early announcements of who's coming next for the podcast. You can also get any questions that you have for the guests that I do take. Every single episode has a segment towards the end, which is fan questions. So if you have any questions towards the guest, your questions will be picked 100%. Your will be the priority, and you'll get extended episode of each episode or raw episodes of every single conversation that you see in the podcast. You get extended one, you get the raw full version of it on the day or a few days later, but you'll get it in that week or at least in the next week. So you can watch all that. And it also helps support the channel a little bit more and helps my podcast get more, fuel so that I can, continue making more of these episodes every single week and bring it to you guys so that you guys can watch the story. I get to know the story more often. JT, great filmmaking journey. Hi, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. I hope you're doing well. I wanted to do something more, but I forgot to do that. Why are you showing this right now? Did my bitrate not change? Should have changed. I had no idea that the bitrate would change. Anyway, I'm so sorry. I hope the quality of the video or the stream is not bad. I hope that it's not affecting the quality. I hope it's good quality and you're not seeing me in some very weird 240p or whatever it is, or with a lot of, I don't know, cubes on the screen or something like that. Yeah. I played Life is Strange for the first time the other day. It is 10 out of 10. Oh, nice. I'm so happy that you got to play Life is Strange. That is I really like that game a lot. That game is really fun. And the first game has always been one of my favorites. I really like the first game. I did play the second game. Not second game. I did play the latest game as well. Life is Strange Double Exposure. That's the last game that came out, or the recent game that came out. Not so best. Not the best. Was that one. So unfortunately, the story wasn't the very best, but it's fine. I think it was not that bad. So that was that. It is good. Stream looks fine. How much is the bitrate? Well, the bitrate was at, for some reason, because I switched my streaming platform. It was a Twitch. It went to YouTube, and so OBS. I didn't remember that OBS would switch to 2500 bitrate. I forgot, and then I saw that 25, so I pushed it to 10,000. Have you? Oh, hey, Louis Moya. Thank you so much for joining in. Hold on 1 second before I do answer your question. I need to do one small thing, so give me 1 moment, okay? 1 second. Just give me a few moments. All right, I'm just gonna put this. Whoa, sorry. Give me 1 moment again. Okay, I'm trying to go live on kind of both platforms. I'm trying to go live on YouTube and on Instagram as well, because I know a lot of people are on Instagram as well. So anyway, sorry, Lewis, thank you so much for joining. I hope you have having a great day. Thank you so much for joining the live stream. Have you considered interviewing with popular dub voices? Latin America is very popular to play our games in Spanish. Listen to Carlos Segundo giving life to Indy Jones or Sid. Lewis, I have not really decided to I mean, that is not really out of the picture for me to interview dubbed like popular dub voices. I have actually done that. I have interviewed dubs. I'm trying to think who I have done. Oh, so one of the ones that I am, there's 2 actually coming up very recently. Next week there is going to be 1 episode with Abby Trott, who has dubbed a numerous amount of anime characters in English. And the second one is Sarah Natacheni, who has been Ash Ketchum, the English voice of Ash Ketchum for the last 17 years. So you can find those in the next coming 2 weeks. So there's that. By the way, hi, people of Instagram. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm doing a small Q&A. I'm doing it live on YouTube too, but I'm doing it here as well. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. Shahud from Instagram asks, wanna ask you a thing? Please go ahead. Go ahead, Shahud. Definitely go for it. Vectis, Sid, thank you so much for joining on Instagram. If you guys haven't already, this is for Instagram only. If you guys haven't already on Instagram, subscribe to the YouTube channel of Behind the Voice. Definitely do that. Episodes comes out every time. If you want to have more questions, you can come onto YouTube as well. I'm live on there as well. But if you haven't already, definitely subscribe. And sorry for the extra air noise. Anyway, 6,005 for YouTube, and for Twitch 8,000 is great, especially for Full HD. No. On Twitch 8,000 is not the bitrate, is actually 6,000. That's the bitrate for affiliates. Sorry, I'm looking there. That's the bitrate for affiliates. You cannot go beyond 6,000. 8,000 and 9,000 goes. It's not actually right. You cannot go that far for affiliates. So if you are partnered, I think you can go further back. But for YouTube, you can go as much as you can. For YouTube, there is no such limitation. For Twitch, there is a limitation. Mygos, what's your favorite Remedy game? Hi, Mygos. My favorite Remedy game. I'm a bit biased, so my favorite Remedy game has to be Max Payne 2. I'm very much biased. I have played that. That's my first Remedy game of all time, so I played that game so much. That is my favorite game. So from Remedy. I love Alan Wake. Love Alan Wake 2. I love Control. I love everything. But yeah, Max Payne 2 just introduced me to, first of all, Max Payne, Remedy, the studio, Poets of the Fall, the band, all of them. So it was really cool. So yeah, that would be my pick for the favorite. What is yours? Anybody who has played Remedy games here, even on Instagram, what is your favorite Remedy game, if you have any? All right, Shahud asked the question. The interview with Stephanie, it was, sorry, I'm not able to read. If it was there a second chance interviewing with her, would you ask her like about the RE fandom, about Cleons or other ships with Claire character? Actually, I'm answering one from Instagram. Shahud, hopefully I'm pronouncing your name right. We did talk about shipping Claire with Jill Valentine. We did talk about that. We did mention that. There was a question if Jill and Claire could be friends or there will be couples and all that stuff. So she did answer about that. And I think she at one point did mention about Cleon from her TikTok. So or her TikTok thing that she was talking about at one point in time. So yes, she did mention that. I don't know if that is available on the full version. So there is an extended episode available as well. If you want to watch that extended episode, we talked a little bit more about other things as well, and I think Cleon is mentioned in that. So if you could and if you want to, if you support the channel a little bit more, you can check it out in the extended episode. But we did talk about the fandom a little bit, so there you go. Sam, hi, welcome on in on Instagram. I'm answering Q&A by the way, people on Instagram. I'm answering some questions. If you guys have any questions of any kind, please do ask. I'm also doing the same on YouTube. Nice, it would be interesting, that's all. I totally understand, Luis. I think it is really fun to talk to any actor. For me, talking to actors has been really fun, so I always do that. Just sharing stories, because I just love knowing what the actor is like. That's just literally in me. I am always watching interviews all the time, and that is from actors, from directors. That's always a thing. I would watch hours and hours upon that. That's just my regular thing. It's not for what I'm doing right now. It's just regular thing. I'm not doing it for research purposes. It's literally my regular thing. So I would just watch that all the time. So for me, it's always fun. And that's why I have my eye on it. It again depends upon the actor if they are interested. If they are interested, I would love to have them. But it depends upon them if they're interested. Did you make video regarding Kolkata Comic? No, I did not. I did not make any video regarding the Kolkata Comic Con visit. I did go to I just wanted to go there, just wanted to check out meet some people that I've not met in a while, and meet new people that I've only talked to on mobile phone on my WhatsApp. So I just wanted to do that and see what the Comic Con event is really like, and that's why I joined. I went there. So not really a video. That was not the plan ever to do that. Did you? Oh, you just said that. Cheers from Colorado. Love hearing Steph. Huge. That's awesome, Paul. Thank you so much for joining, Paul. I appreciate that very much. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Stephanie. She's amazing, and we had a great time talking to each other and about Resident Evil, about Genshin Impact that she was a part of. Yeah, it was really cool. So thank you so much for watching. Maxman 1 or 2 I love. Maxman 2 had some great ragdoll physics. I love the way bodies. yeah. Max Payne had some amazing ragdoll physics. You are not wrong. Max Payne had some insane. I'm remembering those things. Yeah, there were moments where crazy ragdoll. Again, it was like what 2004, not 4, maybe 3, maybe. I don't remember when Max Payne 2 came out. I'm so sorry. Kind of a while ago. Les Paul, thank you so much for joining. Hi, hope you're doing well. On Instagram, Shahud, of course. I'm more than happy to answer questions. But if you guys, anybody who's on Instagram, I am doing a small kind of live stream of answering your questions. If you have any questions on Instagram, you can, feel free to ask them. I think you should talk with Melissa Benoist. Melissa? Oh, that'd be great. I am a fan of hers. Yeah, Melissa is amazing. I've seen some of her shows, not a lot of her shows, but I've seen the one show that I saw a lot more. I think I'm right. I think that's the show. I'm just trying to double check because yeah. So one of the shows that I watched a lot was Supergirl. I watched that quite a bit. Hey, invaders from Instagram. I watched a lot of. I don't think so. I finished Supergirl, but like I watched so much. So. And I've watched another show that she was a part of. So yeah, I would love to have her. I already have spoken to David Harewood, which is awesome. So I don't know if she is interested. I would love to. Like I had Sean Ashmore earlier. So if she is ever interested, I would love to do that. By the way, hello invaders. Chris, sorry to ask this dumb question, but as many times as I've requested to ask, for you to ask my usual dumb question, do you remember if you actually asked that of any actor, your like music choice and stuff like that? I mean, did I ask? I'm trying to remember. I think I did. I think I did ask that question, but I think the answer usually was they don't have a favorite because it's very hard to pick one favorite. So they would answer like 2 or 3, 5, 6. That's at the top of their head what they are listening, like 3, 4, 5 bands or music artists and stuff like that. So they would not be able to answer one, but they did answer a few. So that was that. But yeah, I did ask that question. Hey Benji, Anita, and Sangment, welcome to this stream on Instagram. Hi. How many Arrowverse TV series have you watched? I've watched Arrow, Flash, Supergirl, Legends of Tomorrow, DC Legends of Tomorrow. What else is there? I did. Oh my god, there was another show I'm forgetting, which I think got cancelled in season 2 or something. I'm forgetting there was another show that came that had that aspect ratio and stuff. I'm forgetting it. That I watched. And then I think I don't know if it's not really an Arrowverse, but I watched Superman and Lois. That was not really an Arrowverse, but I did watch those. So that fun. I think Superman and Lois is my favorite one so far. But it's not from Arrowverse. The characters are from there, but it's not from Arrowverse. So there's that. If you think of which episode that was, let me. Oh, that would be hard to find. I'll try to take a look, Chris. Do you know or heard of Super? Of course, I've heard of Supercorp. Corp, sorry, why am I saying Supercorp? Supercorp. Yeah, I've heard of it. I've heard of it. I don't know much, but I've heard of it. Constantine? Yeah, Constantine. I mean, he became a part of Arrowverse, but I didn't watch a whole lot of Constantine. Yeah, I didn't watch a whole lot of Constantine. The Constantine I do remember is Keanu Reeves. So that's what I know. By the way, I am looking here on Instagram because I'm also streaming on YouTube. So on Instagram, people, I'm also streaming on YouTube. So if you guys, again, if you want to come all over to YouTube, you can do that as well. Or you can ask any questions if you have any on Instagram directly. You can do that. Akshat, how's it going, man? It's been a while. Thanks for being here. Migos, take off. Hi. Alan Wake 2 is my favorite Remedy game. I love David Lynch influence in the meta. Yeah. I think Sam Lake has added a lot of David Lynch into Alan Wake, which is awesome, and I love that, and everybody loves that. I think it's so cool to see that. I think there was Alan Wake 2's code name was Big Fish. I think it's a reference from David Lynch, so that was pretty cool. I love Alan Wake 2. It's very hard to say favorite. It's very hard for me to bring favorites. I have a set of games that I love, so favorite is very hard for me to say. But I have a few games that I really, really enjoy, and so yeah, I would have my top 10s and whatnot. But favorite is really hard. So yeah, I cannot pick one. So yeah, definitely Alan Wake 2 is one of the best games that I've played. Obviously, it's so cool. So there's that. It was only one. Yeah, I know it was only one season and it got cancelled. So I think I did watch one season. I don't remember much of it, but I do remember some of it, but I don't remember much of that. I did watch, obviously came to DC Legends of Tomorrow later on, so I watched that a lot. And obviously the actor, if I only remember the name, my god, why am I? He played, he was in Black Flag, and he was a main character. He voiced the main character, or played the main character. Hello Akshat on YouTube too. Why am I forgetting his name? Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan has done Constantine, and he was Edward Kenway in Black Flag, the main lead character. Hey, Aeonice? I'm so sorry, I'm not pronouncing your name right on Instagram. Hi. Are you doing well? Hi. I'm also streaming on YouTube at the same time. Chad. Hi. Chad Veet. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm just going to wave to you guys. If you guys have any questions, I'm just chilling out on Instagram and on YouTube. I'm just chilling out, hanging out. I have a lot to say. Obviously, there's a lot happening, so I'll be talking, I'll be hanging out, and if you guys want to ask anything or just want to discuss anything, feel free to. it was only, yeah, I just said that. Rockstar Studio, CD Projekt Red, and Remedy are my top 3 studios in terms of the games that they're making. Rockstar, CD Projekt, yeah. I love all these 3 studios. I know one more studio that I would like to add on my list is Hazelight. They made It Takes Two, A Way Out. Their new game is coming out in a few days called Split Fiction. So I love those guys. Those guys are amazing. Um, it's okay. It's hard to pronounce. How do you pronounce that name? Aeonis. I'm completely pronouncing. How do you pronounce that name? Let me know if I can do a better job pronunciation wise. Just wanted to thank you, Chad on Instagram says, just wanted to thank you for the great Sean Ashmore interview. Great job. Would love to work with for Remedy. You want to work for Remedy? Is that what it is? That's awesome. Shoot your shot. I think if you can, definitely do that. If you can have the opportunity, so go for it. They are looking always for people to join the team. So definitely take a look. And thank you so much for watching the Sean Ashmore interview. I had a great time. I'm a big fan of his, and yeah, it was awesome. So it was up to him. That would be a dream. Go for it. Keep on trying. I know they're looking for all the time, so keep on trying. Keep on trying your luck. Keep on submitting. Be active on, especially on LinkedIn platforms like that. So try your luck. That eventually you'll get there. So believe in yourself. But yeah, Gaming Professor, I do love CD Projekt Red. Their next game, GTA 6 obviously is the biggest game. I'm not that excited for GTA 6. Unfortunately, I mean, a lot of people are, but I am not. I'm not that big excitement over there. If there was Red Dead Redemption 3, I would do that. But with GTA 6, I'm alright with it. So I know a lot of people have unrealistic expectations for GTA 6, so I'm not going there. But in terms of CD Projekt Red, I'm very much excited for Witcher 4. I want to see how that game is. And Remedy are doing great job. So Invaders, Somar, and Shiva's World. Hi guys. Hope you guys are doing well. Okay. Avon Issy. And did I pronounce Avon Issy? Wow, that's an interesting name, Avon Issy. Thank you so much for letting me know. I'm pronouncing your name right this time. Let me know if I'm not. If I'm not, which I'm probably not, apologies. By the way, people on Instagram, what episode did you first watch, and how did you find Behind the Voice podcast? The first episode that you watched. Anybody on YouTube even, what was the first episode you watched of Behind the Voice podcast? I would love to know, because I know a lot of people came from Alan Wake interviews. Some people might have come from the Silent Hill interviews. Some people might have come from other interviews. So let me know. I know one of you, Paul, was it, who came from Stephanie Panicello. So that's cool. Paul, yes, you just said you're new to the channel. Siobhan Williams, I would love to talk to Siobhan. I have tried reaching out, but again, it depends upon if she wants to do it. It was really cool to see her. What was the game? She was part of The Quarry, was it? I love seeing her there. So if I don't know if she would be interested, I would love to. I have tried. This is all I can do. Is I can try, and if they are interested, I would love to. But if they're not, there's not much I can do. So it's okay. So I pronounce it wrong. I came from Nick Apostolitis. Oh, that's cool. That's amazing. Thank you so much for watching the Nick Apostolitis' interview. That was awesome. Yeah, a great time. Actually, me and Nick, I was trying to reach out to Nick ever since the game came out, the remake came out, 2023. I've been trying to reach out to him since then. I think at that time he said that there's a lot of things that he has to do, and so he will be doing it a little bit later. And that was, I think, May of 2023. And then nothing happened, and I was like, okay, I guess he is not interested. And then a year later, 2024, towards the end, he finally replied like, hey, I think took a break or something like that. And then he was like, okay, you know what? We have been consistent, and let's do it. So I'm like, sure, that's awesome. So I was consistent with trying to reach to him, and then we finally did it. So that was really cool. So thank you so much for watching that. Hey Shitish, I hope you're doing well. Sorry, Invaders, have you fallen victim to Bolatro? I have not fallen victim to Bolatro, not yet. Joseph Ferris would be probably crazy and fun. Yeah, Joseph Ferris would be amazing. I would love to have him if I can. If that would be great. Somar, what's up, Doe? What's popping, OG? Thank you. Appreciate the consistency. I appreciate you being here. Appreciate you coming by. Hope you're doing well. Haze Light 2, they are awesome too. I haven't played Brothers, but A Way Out and It Takes Two are really awesome co-op games. Yes, yeah, both of those games are amazing, and I love both those games. A Way Out is a little bit interesting with the storytelling, but it's fine. Kshitij says hi. Shiva's World also says hi. I'm sorry if I'm not I'm trying to answer everybody's questions or comments or whatnot one by one, so it will take me some time. GTA 6 only released one CG trailer, but I mean, it was not a CG trailer, was it? It was. I don't think so. It was a CG trailer. It was an in-game. As far as it looked like, some of parts of it was a little bit CG, but like felt like more in-game trailer. So that was not bad. I still think it's good, but you know, but heard from some people, yeah, I don't think so. It's a CG trailer. CG trailer would be very different. So it did not look like a CG trailer at all. Sorry if I'm looking downwards and I'm not looking towards the camera. I have the habit of looking here and not looking there. But I am trying to talk to you guys, so there's that. Do you have any hot takes? For example, I think simply Sleeping Dogs is better than any GTA game. Wow, I mean, Migos, hot takes. I don't really do hot takes. I don't know, like if there is a hot take. I just don't really go for that. I don't really have, unfortunately, any hot takes. For me, my hot take, I guess you can say, is I love single player games. And I love games that are just trying to tell a story, just a story. Like I would rather, like I would play games that are more driven by characters and my characters and how they're going and how their story is. And just that. I don't really care that much about gameplay and how, you know, complex the mechanics is or how boss battles need to be. I'm not so much into that. So I'm like much more into story. Dramatic stories are the things that I have that I'm much more into. So I would say I'm just like, those games are much better than some of the other games, which does not go with drama and stuff like that. So I'm not a Souls guy. So for me, Souls guy is like game for me, but like for a lot of people, it's not, obviously, and that's fine. But for me, it's different. So there's just different points of interests for me. People on Instagram, by the way, if you're wondering why am I talking this way, I'm not talking to you because I'm also streaming on YouTube at the same time. So yeah, people on YouTube are there asking, saying some stuff, and I'm replying to them. And I'm also wanted to come back to people on Instagram because I know you guys might be on Instagram only. So I appreciate you being here. Deniquet Melkai. I'm so sorry, I'm pronouncing everybody's name wrong today, so I'm sorry about that. Hey Sham, hi, how's it going? It's been a while. That's so cool. We need, and I would love to interview Lily Gao if she's ever interested. I would love to have her. If she is, and I don't think so she is. So there's that. Uncle Moon, hi. Cryopteran Queen. Oh, hi. How's it going? Welcome. It's been a while. By the way, congratulations if you're still here. Congratulations to you on the win on the Kolkata Comic Con. That's amazing. Hats off to you. You've done incredible work. Deepsy, hi. How are you guys doing? Sorry, I'm also responding to people on Instagram saying hi. Sorry about. Apologies for not instantly saying everything to you. Right now driving on the highway listening to you on speaker while my wife is typing this comment. Oh, that's awesome. Hello to both of you. Appreciate your dedication to watching my live stream. That's awesome. Thank you so much for doing that. Please do not look at your phone while you're driving. Blood of Dawnwalkers looks exciting as well as it has the director of Witcher 3. Blood of Dawnwalkers. Oh yeah, it does look exciting. I don't know how the game is going to be, but we will see. What games am I playing right now? So I'm playing two games currently. I'm playing one, KCD2, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and I'm also playing Lost Records, Bloom and Rage. These are the two games I'm currently playing. KCD2 is a fun game. It's a damn fun game. That's a very low energy voice, but it's a damn fun game. I'm having such a great time. It's funny, it's intense, it can sometimes be dark, and it's so damn fun. Such a great RPG, and I'm really enjoying it. So yeah, it's a fan-fucking-tastic game. Hey, how's it going? Sampad on Instagram. Hi. I'm also doing on YouTube. Yes, I'm also on YouTube and on Instagram. Both are there. So I'll head over to YouTube then. No problem. Come along wherever you want, wherever you feel comfortable. But yeah, that's that. So yeah, that's also game playing. And Lost Records is also really cool. It's a fantastic game for me because visually that game looks so good. Lost Records Bloom and Rage is actually made by the same guys who made Life is Strange 1 and Life is Strange 2. So that game looks amazing. Like visually, it's probably one of the best game out there, like visually, especially for like walking simulators, as people call it. But it's really cool. It has a mystery attached to it, so I'm loving it so far. I'm playing it on PS5. KCD2, I'm playing it on PC. And yeah, it's both these games. Again, KCD2 is taking a long time to play because it's a big game, and Lost Records is a smaller game. So yeah, those are the two games. JC, hi, how's it going? Thank you so much for, you said something. Thank you for all the interesting interviews of my favorite artists of the industry. Thank you so much for watching, JC, for those interviews. I appreciate that. I am curious which interview brought you here to Behind the Voice. You guys also, did you guys answer? I think I asked this question and you probably guys answered it and I never saw it. So I'm sorry if you answered it and I never saw it. But if you can answer it again, please let me know what interview you watched first from Behind the Voice podcast. That'd be lovely to know. Also on people who are joining on Instagram. Clueless Gamer, hi. How's it going? You look like I haven't slept in a while. I have not. It feels like it, but I'm not. New you from Sam Lake. Oh, there's an answer. Knew you from Sam Lake / David Hayward. That's awesome. Yeah. What was it? 2024 around this time. Actually, around this time, David. I literally last year in sometime in February, I think I talked to David, and then on Sam Lake was 15th, as far as I remember. 15th of March is when I talked to Sam Lake, and I got to know around this time that I'm talking to Sam Lake, and I had to keep that in because I wanted people to know about people. I wanted people to be to remember that there's an interview coming with Sam Lake. So I posted about it a week before, but otherwise I was just like, I knew about it 3 weeks before. So amazing. Thank you so much for joining since then. Hardy, hi. I hope Sasha Zotova being new guest face model for Jill Valentine. A new face model, or I don't know what you are trying. Are you trying to say, Hardy, that you want Sasha to be a guest? Hold on. Sorry, I'm just trying to take a look. I actually never looked at what she has done, but is that what you were telling? Because I couldn't really understand. But if that's the case, I have never talked to any actors who have just kind of like other face models and stuff, because I don't know how much work they go through. I don't know if they are the motion capture artists for some of the games, because they're not. At least in Resident Evil, they were not. So yeah, I don't know about that. I feel comparing Sleeping Dogs to GTA is wrong. Sleeping Dogs is awesome in its own way. Yeah, somebody was talking about the hot takes. Yeah, I mean, GTA and Sleeping Dogs are two different games, and that's fine. Some people like GTA, some people like Sleeping Dogs. It's all okay. KCD2 is funny, or fun, or it's all. KCD2 is funny. It's fun. It's funny. It is dark. It is intense. It is has the best combat. It's a very different combat, but it's a very fun combat. Has the best outcomes that you would never expect. Amazing worlds. I think I don't know if you have watched any episode of videos of Skill Up. So if you know Skill Up, and if you've watched any of those videos, his videos like came out literally today. He actually said it very well, that it is the best game he has played after RDR2, the best game he has played after Skyrim, and the best game he has played after there was another game he mentioned. And it is all true. It is like, that's how I also feel to some regards, but I can only relate to Reddit. But in some regards, like, that's true. It's such a good game, and there's a reason why it sold 2 million copies in just 2 weeks. There's a reason why, because that game is actually that damn good. Obviously the combat is a little different. It's not as how it has been in other games. So that might take a little bit of time to get used to, but if you do, it is one hell of a game. So definitely give it a try if you haven't already. How different it is compared to KCD. KCD 1, I mean, a lot of difference. There's the technology difference. First of all, visually the game looks so much better in KCD 2. Visually it's much better, it has improved so much. The world, I think a lot of elements have changed. People reacting to you has changed a little bit, so they react to you a little bit more in different ways. A little bit of dialogue options have changed, some skill points have changed, so interactions around the world has changed. Combat has changed. You have combos now in combat. you have different outfits and attires that you can choose from. You have a new gun that you can use. You can use crossbows. So there's a lot of changes, which is most of them has been positive. So I think if all of them has been positive, there's some glitches here and there. There's some issues here and there, but it's so much improved from KCD1. There's so many things that are improved from KCD1. Just the UI and all that looks much more clearer, and it's just all of that is just amazing. So yeah, I would say KCD2 is so good. Sam Moon on Instagram, hi. Need to get KCD2 too comfy perfect for me right now, like the first game. Too comfy perfect. What does that mean? I think for me it was Il Cavalier Sam, like whichever one came out earlier. Il Cavalier. That came out last year in January. Yeah. I'm one of the older subs before this channel was called something else. Yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for all the support. How long? Like it's 2019 and before 2019, I think maybe. Yeah, it's been a long time. Stephanie Peninsula got me here, but like how nice and cool you are as well. A great channel start with nice people. Thank you so much, Paul, for saying that. That means a word. I appreciate that very much. It means a lot. I'm glad that Stephanie Pandesala's interview brought you here, and yeah, I had a great time, and I hope you enjoy your stay. I hope, and thank you so much for subscribing as well. There's sorry about that. There's more interviews coming. Lot more podcasts. If you haven't already, you can watch one right now with Negar Zadigan, who plays Naval in Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. If you haven't already watched it, you can do that. You can watch it right now. And that episode is out. You can also watch. There's 4 more episodes coming out. By the way, before I said that, this is my super awesome username. Thank you so much for becoming a member of Behind the Voice. I appreciate that very much for becoming a member. Thank you so much. That means the world. Helps support the channel a little bit more to help me create more awesome content for you guys. By the way, Sam Moon Lines on Instagram. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. I hope you're having a good day. How's it been for you? 2018. Okay. 2019 is when I met you for the first time. So I think 2018 then. The content will keep me. Love the content. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. That means the world to me. On Instagram, I am also streaming on YouTube. That's why I'm watching this way and not there. But I'm trying to answer. If you have any questions over there on Instagram, I can answer those as well if you have. Otherwise, if you can come on YouTube as well. If you haven't already subscribed to YouTube, that I post interviews every single week. So do subscribe and watch Behind the Voice podcast. Behind the Voice podcast, if I can say a word. There are many interviews with practically everyone who worked on Alan Wake 2 were a dream come true for me personally, and how I found your channel. I think your content is fabulous, and you are such a refreshing presence on. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you so much for saying that. That is amazing. That is so cool. Thank you so much. That wow, that warms my heart. That is so cool. Thank you so much for saying that. Yeah, it's very hard to kind of comprehend those messages as well, but it's really cool. So thank you so much for saying that. That means the world. Yeah, I'm lucky enough to talk to all these actors from Alan Wake 2, and it's been a dream for me to talk to these people, talk to these actors. Ilka Willie, Sam Lake, David Harewood, Matthew Peretta, Sean Ashmore, Janina, Christina Cole. 7 actors. There's 7 actors from this game franchise, or this game in general. Janina was not really exactly a part of. I mean, Janina was part of it, but like these 7 actors, Sam Lake included. It's been such a blessing. So. Thank you so much for joining, and thank you so much for sticking around even after all the Alan Wake 2 interviews. It's crazy that even in this year, Alan Wake 2 interview continues to come out. Who knows? There might be more. I don't know. I actually don't know. There might be. I don't know. I cannot really promise anything. But if there is, I would love to. So yeah, it's been quite a ride ever since then. How this job goes like when you want to interview someone? Yeah, sorry. Sam Moon on Instagram says Alan Wake 2. Is that what you're playing right now? Is that what I'm assuming that what you said you're playing right now? Or I don't know if you answered about if you what episode you watched for Behind the Voice podcast. I'm so sorry if I'm completely, my brain does not work at times, so apologies. But if you're playing Alan Wake 2, awesome. Control 2? Control 2, I don't know. They're working on it. Remedy is working on Control 2, and let's see if we will get to know more about it hopefully sometime by the end of this year, maybe. Oh yeah, so you were saying so much about how this job goes like. I don't know how to exactly explain that. How to can you elaborate on that question? Like I don't really know how to exactly say because there's a lot that is coming to my head and I cannot really project um an answer because I don't really know what to answer. So if you can if you can describe that question a little bit more, that'd be great. Janina did became a playable character in DLC. She did, yeah, with the next DLC, and we did talk about that with Janina, which was awesome. And she's such a fan, so she's just a fan of video games in general. So that was pretty cool. Has anyone played Tell Me Why? I have played Tell Me Why. It's a fantastic game. I think that's pretty cool. So yeah, I liked it. Tell Me Why is also made by Dontnod, who also made the new game called Lost Records. Hey, 45, you are 4G. I'm always curious, like, how do I pronounce your name? I'm definitely wrong. This is on Instagram, by the way. Good to see you live. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for pronouncing my full name. That's insane. Thank you so much for coming by. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're having a good weekend, or start of the weekend at least. I forgot to mention, this month of March, which has already started, today's first March, or wherever you are, it's probably second now for some people, including myself. The month of March has 4 episodes already coming every single week. Every single week there's one episode. So the first episode will be on about Abby Trott. She has played a number of characters in anime and in video games as well. In video games, she has been in Marvel Rivals, plays the role of Magic, and she was also Pod 153 in Nier Automata. She has been in a number of anime, Nezuko Kamado in Demon Slayer. She also was Momo Ayase in Dun Dun Dun. And a lot of anime. She's the English voice actress, and so that episode is coming first, and then we have Sarah Nattuceni, who has played Ash Ketchum in the last 17 years of his journey. She has been voicing him for that long, and she was also in Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. So that episode comes out next, and then the next 2 episodes for the last 2 weeks of March would be Tom McKay, who plays Henry in KCD2, and Luke Dale, who plays Lord Handscape in KCD2. The 100th episode will be coming out with Luke Dale, so that would be exciting. So yeah, 4 weeks of March, 4 exciting episodes. I hope you guys like it when it comes out eventually. And today I announced as well, if you don't know, I announced earlier today that Grace Song, who plays the role of Nico in Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, if you have watched the Marvel animated show, she is going to be joining Behind the Voice podcast as well. We'll be talking about all about the show, which I really enjoyed. I really love that show, Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, if you guys don't know already. It's a new Marvel animated show about Spider-Man. So she is going to be joining as well. We'll talk about her character, her role in the podcast. So lots happening, lots coming up. It's been pretty cool. That's how you say my name? Oh, interesting. There's numbers and stuff. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Anurag is your name. Got it. Thanks for joining, Anurag. PC or PS5 Pro? PC. I don't think so. PS5 Pro is right now needed for me. This is from Instagram, so I don't know. PS5 Pro is not really needed for me. I have a PS5. I don't usually use it because there's no such game to play on PS5, unfortunately. But I have a PS5, and PS5 Pro doesn't really have something that I need. You know, surely it does improve performance and you can see a little bit more graphics, but not really that much. You know, you're not looking so much in the distance as much as PlayStation was, you know, advertising. So for me, PS5 Pro is not really worth it. I think PC is much better because you can play a variety of games and different categories of games. But there is differences, you know. Obviously, if you do not know how to build a PC and if you don't want to go crazy about PC parts, and it's very hard to understand which PC part to get and building a PC and all that stuff, that's too much of a hassle, go with a PS5. If you can spend a little bit more, you can go for a PS5 Pro if you don't have a PS5. If you do have a PS5, it doesn't make sense to get a PS5 Pro. But if you don't have a PS5 and if you can spend some amount, then you can get PS5 Pro. I think it's a pretty good deal because if you build a PC, it will take much more amount of money, but PS5 Pro will get you covered. Otherwise, if you want to get it cheaper, PS5 is the best deal. So it depends upon how you play games and what is the convenience level you're looking at. For me, PC works because I'm also editing and all of that stuff is required. So I do need a PC. It helps me play games. So PS5 cannot help me to edit and do other things. So there's that. Invaders, are you into Devil May Cry? Will you watch the anime, and have you thought about getting any of the voice actors from the either of the games or the anime? I don't know if I'll watch the anime. It does look interesting. I'm not sure if I'll watch the anime. It does, as I said, it looks interesting, but I'm not exactly sure. Are you gonna watch it? Let me know. But I have not played a whole lot of Devil May Cry. The only Devil May Cry I actually have played is DMC 5. I have not played the other games. Unfortunately, I remember playing DMC 3 a little bit, very small bits, in a gaming cafe, a long time back. So, but I was never really actually I was interested, but I never watched it or like played it. So I never got the game, so I never played it. I am interested in bringing those actors in if they are interested. So I am trying. But again, if they're interested, I would love to have them. That'd be awesome. Anybody from that game, that'd be great. Yeah, we'll see what can happen. If Dante's actor would be interested, or anybody to be honest would be interested, that'd be awesome. So my you asked question was, oh, by the way, hi, what's Som says hello on Instagram. Hi, I think I know the name. Hello. I'm also streaming on YouTube, by the way, at the same time. That's why I'm looking up. What the process of interviewing people is like when you want to interview someone, how you contact them, and what you ask for, and is there money involved? Wow, that's a question. Shahud, I will get to your question in a bit on Instagram. Okay, what's the process? So, what's the process and how you contact them and how you? Okay, so if you want to have any actor to be as a guest on the podcast, the most basic way is to find out their agent and try to reach out to their agent, or if the actor have their website of their own, try to go through that, or Instagram DM and stuff like Instagram DM or Twitter DM. That usually does not really work, but they don't really respond because there's a lot of DMs sometimes they get, and they probably lock it so that they don't get the DMs. So it's really hard to get their attention sometimes. So I usually reach out via email to the agents and try to reach out through that. And if it goes through the agent. So if they're interested, if the actor is interested, then the agent will say yes or no, or probably will not say anything. Once that is being said, once I know what's happening, once we set a date on when we're doing it, what time, then usually a day or two before, or sometimes 3 days before, I would do my research. I would I would do a lot of research. I would just watch. Sometimes, so for some of the games that I have not played, or some of the animes that I have not watched, some of the animated shows that I have not watched, if nothing that I've not seen or watched that an actor has done, what I would do is I would just go on YouTube, and for example, for a video game, there's some video games that I have not played and this actor has been a part of it, or I wanted to talk to this actor but I have not played the game. I would just go on YouTube and watch 4 hour, 5 hour, 6 hour, however long the cutscenes are, and I'll watch the whole thing, everything that they've done. And that includes, sometimes some of the games have voice lines. I will listen to all their voice lines. I will listen to all the interactions. For example, games like Apex Legends or Genshin Impact or Wuthering Waves, all that, I would listen to all their interactions. I would watch anything that there is out there. I would watch all these quests, everything. So I would do that. I would watch all these cutscenes, and I would understand what their character is, and is as if I'm watching a movie. And I would watch the whole thing, understand how it is, understand how I feel, and just really try to get into the story, and so understand that side of it. And then I come up with questions based on the scenes that I saw, and some of the questions are dedicated to a specific scene, and I want to know about those scenes and how they did it for those scenes. So I do that quite a bit, and I just watch a lot. So that's that. And on the other side, I look at some of the interviews that they have done. So some of the written interviews, some articles online, on videos as well, some of the conventions, maybe if they've done that, and yeah, in basic, what they have said before, there's some questions that people ask and they've answered so many times that I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna ask that question, of course, but I'm gonna take information that they've said and I'm gonna ask something related to that and see what that happens and how that goes. So I do that a little bit. So there's a lot of watching, writing, learning, and then eventually come up with questions that I feel like would be fun to ask. And there's some other questions, obviously, by the end of every interview segments, there's one portion where I ask questions that you guys want to ask. So that's why I have this announcement post on Instagram or on Twitter or whatever, on YouTube, and you ask the questions, and I pick some of the questions and ask the guest directly. So that's how the process is for the any of the interviews. It takes a long time to go through that, and yeah, it's for me that's fun. Shahud said, "What is your user in YouTube?" The interviews are yes. The interviews are there on YouTube primarily. You can watch the whole thing on YouTube. Behind the Voice is the name on YouTube. So if you haven't already, definitely go and subscribe. If you haven't watched all of it, all the episodes are there in video format, so you can watch it the whole thing. Definitely do go ahead and watch that and subscribe. Behind the Voice is the name on YouTube. This is from Instagram. Sam Moon again on Instagram asks, "What do you think about the game Prince of Persia?" Prince of Persia is one of my favorite games of all time. It really is. I played that game when I was in school actually when I played that game and I got to know about that game, and it's easily one of my favorite games. I played in a backwards order, so I played Two Thrones, then Warrior Within, and then Sands of Time. But I love those games, and I wish those games continued, but they didn't. I also played the reboot called Prince of Persia in 2008 that came out. I also played Forgotten Sands. I also played Lost Crown a little bit. I didn't finish that one. But yeah, I wish those games continued, the Forgotten Sands and those type of games, the third-person camera perspective, boss battling kind of. But I wish it did, but I didn't. So it is unfortunate. But I love those games. Those games are amazing. I will always have a soft spot for those games. So there's that. Northern Nerdcast and IG Perez, thank you so much, guys, for joining on here. I am also streaming live on YouTube, so if you guys want to come up there, feel free to. If you haven't never heard of Behind the West podcast, it is a podcast. I do interview actors from video games, and it all happens on YouTube as well. So if you haven't subscribed, go up to YouTube and do subscribe. All right, anyway, back to you guys. Sorry. About Until Dawn at release, I didn't like it, put it away until after I played LIS. Love it now. Oh, really? That is interesting. You did not like Until Dawn? That is... I mean, are you not into horror? Is that what it is for? I would love to know. PS5 has no games. I mean, PS5 does have games. I'm not saying it doesn't have any games, but in the recent times, it hasn't had that many games that would make me wanna. Oh yeah, PS5. Let's play that. I'm using PS5 because Lost Crown. I was able to get it there. So again, that is thanks to Don't Not Entertainment. They gave me the code of the game, but that was for PS5, and that's why I'm using PS5. Otherwise, I do have games. I have like a list of games over there in this corner. I have a kind of few discs, not that many. So those are all PS5 games. No, not PS5. Those are PS4 games. There's one PS5 game. And there's some digital ones that I bought, of course. So yeah, I do. There's some games that I bought specifically. The reason why I bought PS5 for was a Spider-Man 2, and I wanted to play in 2023. So there are some games, but very, very less as compared to how it has been for PS4. So it is what it is, unfortunately. Thank you so much for subscribing, Shahud. Paras ask on Instagram, yo, Abhi, The Last of Us 2 coming to April. Yeah, Last of Us 2 is coming to PC on April 5th. Yes, it is. I'm excited for people to play it. It's one of my favorite games, and I don't know what people will expect or what people have the reactions for. I hope they do like it. What do you think about Prince of Persia movie? I actually like Prince of Persia movie with Jake Gyllenhaal. I actually loved it. I had a good time watching it. I watched it at a time when I didn't really comprehend the depth of storytelling. So for me, it was great. I had a great time. I have not watched it again, so maybe I should watch it again and actually give it a thought. But I think I need to play Sands of Time and then watch the movie and then understand really what I feel about it. But at the time when I watched it, I had a great time. I loved Jake Gyllenhaal as Prince. He was great. So I don't know. A lot of people hate that movie, but I loved it. One of the best Spider-Man shows I've seen in a while. Oh, that's awesome. Wind Jester, thank you so much for joining in. Yes, I love that Spider-Man, Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. It's a wonderful show. If you guys haven't watched already, season 1 is completely out, 10 episodes, and it's great. It's a different animation style, and the characters are very fun, and so definitely check it out if you like Spider-Man. It's a great show. I really, really enjoyed it. Yeah, great characters, has some interesting characters, new characters that you have not seen in TV, in movies at all. You have seen in a Marvel Spider-Man game 1 or 2 characters, but you have not really seen much. And so there's so much depth into it. There's so much building to like story building to it, and it's really good. They actually did a great job. The Shiva's World, I still watch your conversation with Ilka. I don't know how many times, just waiting for Abu Bakar Salim conversation. I would love to have Abu Bakar Salim on. Like, he is such a great guy, and yeah, he has obviously done Bayek in Assassin's Creed Origins, but he has done so many other characters. He's also in Um, in this show, I'm forgetting that he's also in this very wonderful show. I'm forgetting the name of the show. And he also made this Tales of Kanzara game. He's head of the studio. I'm forgetting the name of the studio too. But yeah, he's a great actor. So I would love to have him. At the time when Tales of Kanzara came out last year, I tried to reach out to him, but unfortunately with no luck. So, but I would still love to have him. Jessica. I hope that's Jessica. I always forget if it is not, if it is or not. Jessica, hi, are you doing well? Just listening in after a long day's work. Hope you are keeping well. Thank you so much for coming by, Jessica. I hope you're doing well as well. I hope your work is not too bad. And thank you for being here. Anybody who is here right now, thank you everybody for coming. If you haven't already, hit the like button. That really helps out, a little bit more. And again, anybody who came along, I know some people, a couple of people joined Behind the Voice as a member. Behind the Voice Access is the name of the membership. If you want to help and support the podcast and the channel a little bit more, consider joining Behind the Voice access. Behind the Voice Access, it's a subscription, it's a membership, where you can actually get the opportunity to watch extended episodes of every episode that is coming out, that came out, that will come out, that has come out, all of that. So you can watch extended episodes of each episode. We talk a little bit more extra, some more conversation that is not part of the free episode, so to speak. You can, if you also become a member, your questions, whatever you have for the guests, you will get the highest priority, meaning your questions will definitely be asked to that guest. You'll also get early guest announcements before anybody else gets it. You can head on to community tab and you can see that as well. So you get all these perks, and you also help this channel a little bit more and support the podcast a little bit more to help me make more of these episodes every single week. So there's that. Sam Moon on Instagram asks, which one is better for gaming, Windows 11 or Windows 10? I don't think so there's anything bad with Windows 11. I didn't even realize. I'm just remembered now that I'm using Windows 11. I just forgot. Zanark Dev, welcome on to the stream on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining. But yeah, for Windows 11, Windows 10, it's not, I don't think so there's any problem utilizing Windows 11. I had no issues at all with Windows 11. I switched to Windows 11 because I went to home this past January and I didn't have a laptop. Actually, I had a laptop and it got repaired, and so the guy installed Windows 11 on it for some reason. And I've been using it like in there, and I thought like, oh, it's fine, it's not that bad. And so I came here and I upgraded from Windows 10 to Windows 11, and I was like, yeah, that's great. So I've been using Windows 11 for the last 3 months now. Not 3 months, 2 months, and I had no issues. It just works exactly as how it has been. I'm not so much, I don't romanticize about Windows 10, so I'm not like, oh, this doesn't look good. I am fine with anything that looks good. So I feel like everything shape wise, graphic wise, all this looks good, so I'm just utilizing it. Tech Manop, welcome on Instagram. Hi. By the way, guys, if you guys have any question on Instagram as well, do let me know. And if you guys want to discuss about anything, video games, movies, TV shows, let me know. I love horror. I just wasn't into that style of the game. Oh, okay. I get what you mean. Yeah, it is a kind of like a walking simulator style, which is fine. I understand a lot of people are not into that because they want combat or they want exploration a little bit more. Whereas Until Dawn or those games and Life is Strange are not that. The Walking Dead is not that. So I get that. Which is fine. And I'm happy that you played Life is Strange and you're now into those games, because for me, I think earlier somebody asked about the hot take. For my hot take is like, I love storytelling in games. That's it. If a game does not have that great gameplay, but the story is good, I'll still love the game, because for me, story comes always first. Gameplay is good. It needs to be there, of course. It needs to have good gameplay. But if it's not that great, I'm fine with it. If story is good, I can go on and on. I love the story. And so story for me is the biggest thing. So if a story can keep me hooked, and I love being in the world, so I love to put my mind in the world, if that makes any sense. I love being in that world and living in that world and understanding what this character is, and understanding that I am a character, let's say, right next to them, and what I would do and all that stuff. So that helps me be in the world and live with the story. So if a story can help me be curious about what's going to happen next, and if I'm interested, that game has won my love. So that's how I go. Not everybody has that, which is fine. I keep forgetting I'm on Windows 11. It feels like new theme over. Yeah, it does. It actually does feel like a new theme. I forgot. I didn't realize. Like, oh yeah, Windows 10 has the start over there on that corner, and Windows 11 has it on the middle, which is the only difference here. But Tech Mano on Instagram. I hope you're doing well. Hi. I feel bad that I haven't finished Kingdom Come when you're going to talk to the main man himself. That's okay. You don't have to feel bad at all. Kingdom Come will take time to finish, which is fine, and that's okay. Everybody takes time to play games or plays games in their own time. And even I thought I will not be able to finish that game, but I wanted to because I wanted to play KCD 2, and I had to finish KCD 1, so I did that. I'm playing KCD 2 right now. So yeah, it's all been fun. And again, for interviews. Someone asked earlier about the process of interviewing. If I have not finished KCD 2, by the time I interview the actors who I'm interviewing, like Luke Dale and Tom McKay, if I have not finished the game, I will watch all the cutscenes, which means I'll be spoiling myself, and I'm okay with that. I'll watch all the cutscenes, I'll spoil myself, but I want to know the scenes. I want to feel it. I want to understand it. I want to be in that moment, and I want to understand all of it. And then I want to ask those questions. It just is so much more fun. Som, how to 2099. Thank you so much for joining in on Instagram. Hi, are we doing well? Gameplay is king, but story is queen, and her throne is right next to his. Wow, that is cool. I love that line. That's amazing. That is really cool. Shiva, oh sorry, Paul. Agree on the story part. I've grown. Yeah, story is. I love stories. I play GOG games. Does Windows 11 work fine with them? Yeah, I think so. It does. I have not. Wait, hold on. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I have in GOG the only one game I have is Cyberpunk, so I can try installing that game and seeing if that game works. But I think it would work on GOG if you're on Windows 11. I don't think so. I don't understand why it will not work. It should be working, so it should be fine. You can move your taskbar icons to the left on Windows 10 if you right click on the task. Windows 11, if I guess. Yeah, I don't mind it being on the middle. I'm fine with it. I'm used to at this point. I used it for a week, for 2 weeks on my laptop, and I was used to it, so I'm fine. As you have got experience with podcasts you're doing, what would you have told your old self who's starting this new thing? Like what mistakes you could have avoided or suggestions? That is a great question. Thank you for asking that question. Wow. I never have seen that question being asked to me. I ask those questions to my guests, so it is very weird for somebody to ask that question. Thank you so much for the question. Hold on, I'll answer that in a moment. Jan More TV, thank you so much for joining on Instagram. I'm doing kind of like a live Q&A thing. So if you have any questions for me or anything in general, video games, movies, TV shows, anything at all, I'm here to hang out for a bit. So come along and ask if you have anything. Also, I'm not gonna be taking too long of the time for the live stream, and I'm not gonna keep you guys here for 3 hours or something. So I'm gonna end it relatively quickly. Maybe in the next 30 minutes. I don't know. We'll see. If you guys are interested for more, I'll keep on going. Been running never winter. Sorry. For your question, Shiba. What would I tell to myself when I was starting? It's pretty cliche. I think I'm trying to think of answers. It's very hard because I don't really know how to answer some of the questions that are like that. Hold on, I'm trying to think. I think I would say to myself would be like to not care about the comment section more importantly, or anybody who's saying anything, and not take that to heart. I did that quite a bit when I was starting out. I would take people's comments to heart in a way that, oh, they're saying something and I should change that. And it was not really constructive criticism. It was more like, oh, I don't like the way you speak, or I don't like how much you say ums and uhs, or how long you talk before you let your guest answer. So I would start listening to those comments and be like, okay, I'm gonna ask question and move on, and I'm not gonna talk so much. And I when I did that, I was like, oh my god, that is not, it's not very how do I say? It's not very genuine of me to do that. I love talking. I love to say a little bit before I ask a question, uh, because it's a conversation and not an interview, sit down interview when I'm, interviewing. Like, it's not a job interview. It's literally a conversation. So I realized that. So that is one thing that I would say to myself, to not look at people's suggestions or criticism, because they're not really criticism, and do just what I feel like I should be doing, and not really take everybody's comments to heart. And I do that sometimes, but like at that time, 2022, when I started this, I would take a lot of that to heart. Some of it I wouldn't, but like some of them, because I thought like, okay, maybe they're having a bad experience when they're watching it, so maybe I should do this so that their experience gets better. But usually it was not really that way, and it was that person who they think how an interview should be done, but they've never done an interview in their life, and I was taking their comments more importantly, which I shouldn't have. So those things I would say that. And I think the number second thing is not doubting myself. I have done that so much. I'm trying to get through that, but I've done that so many times that I doubt myself so much more. But I'm trying to get there. So that would be another thing I would say, like, to try not to doubt yourself. It's very hard to not doubt yourself completely, but try not to doubt yourself, and whether you can do it or not. So those are the probably two things. You said one, but those are two. I play GOG games. You already said. I already said I'll be upgrading my PC this year. That's cool. Go for it. Are there any game in your backlog you'd like to finish or try if you have time? Oh, by the way, Galactic Emperor, hi. Welcome on in. Hello. And on Instagram, Jenzilla, hi. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good time. Sam Moon asks, I'm also going to ask you a question, answer your question as well. Sam Moon's question is, what do you think about gaming experience with Asus ROG Zephyrus? I've never tried that. What is that? I'm so sorry. I'm very behind. Asus ROG Zephyrus? It's a laptop. Okay. No, I've not really. I don't really game on laptops. It's just, I'm sorry. I just don't. I just don't really like gaming in laptops. I have, ever since I started playing games, like, I tried a few laptops which were good, but they were never really that good. Maybe I didn't buy like I don't know, $5,000 laptops, but like the very expensive, powerful ones, I've never tried those. But I never tried that laptop, and I don't think so I will, because I have a PC, I have a PS5, so I will not go for a laptop, unfortunately. So it's just, that's how it is. That's just how I think, at least. Unfortunately, on Instagram, my battery is dying, so I will have to stop here. But if you guys want to ask any questions, I'm also live on YouTube, so check it out on YouTube. Behind the Voice is the name of the channel. I will be stopping the stream on Instagram, not on YouTube. On Instagram, my battery is dying, so I will have to stop, unfortunately. But if you guys have any questions, you can come along. And if you want to hang out, you can come along on YouTube, youtube.com/@BehindTheVoicePod, or just search Behind the Voice on YouTube. I'll see you there. Anyway, just wanted to end this. Hold on. Yeah, are there any games in your backlog you like? Okay, so games in my backlog, I have a lot. I have a lot of games. I have Witcher 3 that I have not finished. I have Ghost of Tsushima DLC. I have Horizon Forbidden West DLC. So there's a few games. Let me say Dragon Age, Veilguard I have, Prince of Persia, Lost Crown I have. There are a few games I'm not even remembering. So there's a few games. What I would like to finish if I had the time? I don't know. Like, I did finish Cyberpunk, which is, I'm happy that I did. I would like to finish Witcher 3, I think. That would be the game that I would like to finish. I've tried that game. I started that game 3 times already. And never finished it. But that is a game I would love to finish at some point in time in my life. Hopefully before I die, I would like to finish that. But yeah, that's a game. Maybe once I go through KCD 2, and maybe after that I'll try. But there's so many other games coming up, so I don't know if I'll have the time. But Witcher 3, that would be the one. Do you have anything like that, Winchester? I'd love to know. And how are you doing, by the way, Galactic Emperor Batman? I'm so sorry if I took so long to say hi to you, but I appreciate you being here. But yeah, there's again, as I said, there's so many. Wait, hold on. There's so many awesome episodes coming up in the next few weeks. Anybody who has joined and watched some of the other episodes, I appreciate you guys so much watching and these episodes and commenting. That has been amazing, and talking to these actors has been so much more fun. from 2022 till now, I've talked to, like, the 96th episode came out yesterday, and there's 4 more episodes coming in, so 100 episodes will be reaching by the end of March. 5 million views, 15,000 subscribers. That is just nuts for me. So I just want to say thank you to all of you who joined from any of the episodes, decided to subscribe, decided to continue watching, or maybe stopped watching. I don't know. Like, if you watched any of the episodes, commented or didn't do it, I just appreciate that. It just means a lot, because I started this with an idea of what if I can do it, and that this was my last try. Literally, if this didn't work, I would not be making content at all. That was was my last try. So thank you, all of you, for joining and for watching and for, supporting the podcast and the channel in general. In 2022, I didn't even have 1,000 subscribers, and 2 years later, almost 2 years later, 15,000. That's insane. That's just crazy. I'm just realizing that how crazy that is. So and I didn't have 1 million views. So it's like 5 million views. It's just insane. Just to see numbers itself is insane, and to see a lot of people, like right now on live stream, there's 18 people watching, which I never had before on YouTube specifically. So that is insane. The last time in 2022, when I streamed once, I had 2 or 3 people. So have 18 people. That's awesome. That is amazing. So thank you to all of you who did decide to come by and join and to hang out. I know a lot of people, some people don't like live streams, and some people don't have the time, which I totally understand. So for people who didn't watch or are not here, they can watch like the VODs and whatnot. But yeah, I just want to say thank you for that. Okay, what audio software do you use? If you have already answered that, no, I have not answered that question. What audio software do I use? I don't use an audio software. So right now I'm using a Rode microphone. This I bought like, actually I didn't buy this, but like my aunt gave this to me. The plan was to buy it, but she decided not to. Anyway, so I've been using Rode microphone since 2024 beginning last year. So it's been a year since I've been using this microphone. The only software that I do use is Rode Connect. So Rode Connect is a software that you can apply some audio enhancements to it, noise suppression, bass and treble, what else is it, compressor. So those like simple audio stuff that you can apply, and Rode Connect does that to this mic. And any Rode software, Rode hardware, so Rode microphones usually. So that I utilize a little bit to just enhance the audio just a little bit. Otherwise, I'm using OBS to record all the episodes. Any audio recording and stuff like that is also done via OBS, because there's a noise suppression or noise cancellation or noise removal, whatever, that is there. So I utilize that a little bit from OBS. But OBS is my main software. I've been using that a lot. Otherwise, sometimes I use Adobe Audition, or if not Audacity. I'm not using Adobe anymore. So Audacity I would utilize, but I don't utilize that. I would always utilize OBS. I can just record in here, and I can just use the audio version, or like the audio channels. Otherwise, like a free software is Audacity, which just records audio. So I've utilized that before. So that I use, but yeah, I don't usually use an audio specific software, but that will be that. So do you restart a game if you pick it up long time later? I'm partway through Witcher 3 and I wonder if I should start it again because I can't remember. Yeah, I would do that. I would restart it. I've done that so many times. So for example, Witcher 3. Yeah, Witcher 3 actually is a good example. So I played Witcher 3, I started it, and at some point I stopped. I don't know why. And then few months later, I was like, I don't remember anything. I started again. And so it has happened 3 times. But yeah, if I go back to Witcher 3 again, I'll start again. Because I did go to some distance, did some story missions and all that stuff, but I just don't remember. So I want to remember. I want to know. I want to connect. For me, connecting with the story and the characters is very important. So if I miss something out, I will not be able to understand what character is what. So I want to start from the very get-go. I do remember some of the moments. Obviously, some of the moments from the beginning parts I do remember. Very, very, I don't know how but I do remember them. But some of them I don't remember. So I would restart it from the very get-go. Red Dead Redemption 2 is also a good example. But I started it and I remember the snow moments, and then I stopped playing it. And then last year in December, I started it again. So I would restart all the time. If I have not finished the game, I would restart. But yeah, if you can, if you'd like to, I know some people don't. So if you would like to, you can go for it. Oh my gosh, I use a Rode NT1 and always have static gain issues. Thank you, Rode Connect. Yeah, check out Rode Connect. You use NT1. Static gain issue. What is that? What do you mean by static gain issue? I'm curious. Like, what do you mean by static gain issue? But I know static. I don't know when those two words combine what that means. Are you talking about static like noise? Are you talking about a static noise? Because Rode Connect doesn't really have a noise suppression. It has a noise gate. A gate is usually a level at which the microphone will pick up any sounds. So if you're speaking, it will pick up all the sound. But if you're not speaking, it will not pick up certain sounds. So that's a noise gate. A noise suppression is where it will suppress certain range of audio. It will remove that. So that's noise suppression. That is not in Rode Connect. I utilize OBS for that. Or if I don't, sometimes I just record on Audacity, for instance. Then I would use Adobe Audition or Audacity actually to remove that noise. It's very simple, actually. It's very easy to do. So you can do that on Audacity. It's a free software, and you can remove that noise. The fan noise, I have that right now, but OBS is kind of taking that out. So that's it. Winchester, I drop most games with RPG elements because I spend too much time doing side quests and get distracted. That's why I prefer linear games that focus on story now. I mean, is that a bad thing? I don't think so. That's a bad thing, right? I mean, I have been playing KCD2. I don't know how long, like for how many hours, but I've been playing KCD2 for some time, and I did do main missions. I eventually go there, but I did a lot of side missions, and you get distracted. That's how the game has been built for RPG, and that's a fine thing, you know. That's not bad. I mean, you're not on a clock. I hope you're not. You're not a clock. You're not on a clock. You're not on a timer that you have to finish this game in 2 weeks. You know, unless you're doing like reviews for a magazine or a website or whatever it is. If you're doing that, then I can understand why you are in a timer. You have a clock running. Otherwise, you don't have to. So I took a long time to play KCD1. I took of my, you know, sweet ass time. I took my sweet ass time playing, you know, Red Dead Redemption 2. It took all that time, and I'm happy that I took this much time, because you get to know more. I played like 24 hours. 38 hours of the game, and I have not gone that far in terms of main story with KCD2. It's an RPG game, so I've not gone that far yet. And there's so many other side missions I need to do. Right now, I'm locked in a main story mission only, and once that lock goes away, I can do all these side missions that I have not done yet. So I'll be doing those. So yeah, fine. I find Skyrim easy to pop back into. I only restart that to try another character. Yeah, that's understandable. I think Skyrim, I mean, I don't know how much I can really say about Skyrim because, again, I'm not a Bethesda guy. But I totally understand. It is different. For me, a game has, like, if I know a game story, like Skyrim, you already know the story. You already know everything that is there. So you don't need to. If I'm playing Last of Us again, I don't need to. I know the story, so I'm not gonna. If I'm playing Red Dead Redemption 2 again, I'm not gonna. You know, I'm not gonna start again. I'm gonna pick up a save and I'm gonna go from there, maybe. But, you know, if I've not played a game and I've not finished the game, I need to know more. I will forget. So I would rather replay it again. Unless I've played like 70% of the game. Even then, I'm like, like for example, I wanted to play Horizon Forbidden West DLC. That's the only thing I've not played. And I feel like I would love to replay Horizon Forbidden West because I love Horizon Forbidden West. And I was like, I want to start from the very beginning and go to the end. And sometimes I feel like I want to start from Horizon Zero Dawn and then Forbidden West. Like, it take a long fucking run. But, you know, I don't know if I'll do that, if I'll have the time. But sometimes I do that. I love to play Witcher 3 again. Now I know Duck Huckle from a certain interview. Do you now? Wow, I had no idea. Yeah, Duck Huckle was awesome. It was great to talk to him. Yeah, it was so cool. I was waiting for so long for this live stream. Not only that, it's nighttime and a little bit rainy in my area. Listening to you while driving fullest, enjoying it. Don't think my wife though. Well, I do not know what you're doing. You're just ignoring your wife at this point. But I appreciate you being here. That is awesome. Yeah, that's really cool. So thank you so much for joining the live stream. I appreciate that. I didn't want to do, for me, I thought of initially by the end of December that I would do more live streams here on YouTube, but I didn't do it because I know a lot of people watch my podcast and not my live streams. And my idea was like every month, at least once a month, I'll do a kind of like a catch-up stream like this and catch up with all of you guys. And that is still the idea, but I didn't do on January, so I'm doing it this month. But that is the idea, to do like at least once a month. I don't know about you guys who are watching right now, if that is something that you'd be interested in, to watch live stream, to do like this catch-up live stream from me, like if I can do that and you guys would join. I don't know if you guys would be interested in that, but that is the idea that I had Since last year, I wanted to do this catch up stream, just talk about stuff um, and talk about what's coming next and other things. So yeah, that has been the idea. So I don't want to do like regular streams every single week or every single day. That is not this channel. This channel is about my podcast and that's it. And yeah, so I just wanted to do this. So yeah, I finally decided to, like, today is the day I'll do that. So I'm happy that all of you guys, 12 people are watching, which is awesome. So there's that. And like I said, there's so much coming, and I'm just so happy that you guys get to watch some of the episodes. I appreciate that very much, and it's just really been amazing for me. Like I said earlier, I have 4 episodes coming in this month of March. Abby Trott, Sarah Natochenny, Tom McKay, and Luke Dale. I cannot wait to share those. And there's another episode which will be coming out on the first week of April, which is Grace Song, who plays Nico Minoru in Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, the Marvel animated series that actually came out in January and just got finished. So I'll be talking to her very soon, and that episode will be coming out next month. But the next 4 weeks, it's Abby Trott. She has played Magic in Marvel Rivals, and she has been in a lot of different video games, and also anime, a lot of animes. Sarah Natochenny has been Ash for the last 17 years of her life. So we talk about that, and Tom McKay has played Henry in KCD 2 and KCD 1, and Luke has played Lord Handscape on. I'm just mixing these words. So yeah, I'm just excited to share all these. It's been really cool to conduct all these kind of conversations, and I'm excited to share more. I love the live streams. Looking forward to next year's Game Awards. Yeah, this year. Yeah, not next year. This year. What are you talking about? It is this year. Yes, last year I did the my Game Fest Game Awards, and that's happening this year too, of course, in December. I have not. I mean, I was thinking about a date. I have not thought about a date yet, but it will be the first week or second week of December. I'm not exactly sure, but I think it could be first week, most likely, like it was the last year on the 3rd of December. So this year it's going to be coming back again on December. Game Fest Game Awards will be raising funds for charity and celebrating video games. So that's definitely happening in this channel as a live stream. So don't worry about that. But I appreciate even if anybody who came to that live stream last year, thank you so much. We raised so much money. That was insane. So many of you guys were there at that time. So that was awesome. I do not expect that to cross this year, but it was so cool to see that last year. So many people came by. So yeah, that was a very cool moment. I actually wanted to talk about some of the shows that I've been watching, and one of them is actually Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. I wanted to talk about it because I think a lot of people online, obviously, it's like a thing. People were hating on the show because of the animation and how it looked like, the art style and stuff like that. And I thought, like, okay, I mean, it's a different animation technique and it's a different art style, but it's a very comic book art style. Like if you're reading a comic book of Marvel, it looks like that, and the animation is different, but the story is well done. The characters are well done. Peter Parker is Peter Parker, like he is that character. And there's some new characters that you have not seen that I never saw. I never knew about them. So it was really cool to see that. And the story just builds up very well. It's not an origin story again. It does have an origin moment, but it's not an origin story. But it just explores on some characters a little bit differently. And I love that. And it just ended up in such a different way. And there's all these characters. They're building these characters slowly and slowly. As I said, different characters that you have not seen in movies or games, because now Peter Parker is interacting with these characters that he has never interacted in any of these mediums except the comic books, and maybe the animation series. So now you're seeing them in a different way, and so it's really cool to see, oh, that guy is that, this guy is that, and it just the characters building up over these 10 episodes, and so that's pretty cool. And they have linked Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man to the Marvel Cinematic Universe in some way, in a very odd way at the same time. It's a little odd, so I don't know what's happening there, but otherwise the show has been wonderful. I really enjoyed what they did with Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. It's a Spider-Man show, of course, an animated show, and I think season 2 will be there because it ended in that way. That screams a season 2. So I'm happy. I'm excited to see what happens in season 2. And if you have not watched season 1, I highly recommend watching season 1. It's a really fun animated show, and I really enjoyed it. It was so good. Yeah, definitely check it out if you can, if you have the time, and if you want to. If you're a Spider-Man fan like me, I'm a big Spider-Man fan. So if you're a Spider-Man fan like me, check it out. It's been a really fun show. The other show that I'm also watching constantly, almost on a daily like not almost, it is on a daily basis, 2 episodes every day, is The Rookie. It's a TV show that I got to know. I didn't know it was continuing still, but it was. It's Nathan Fillion's show, but there's a bunch of actors there. One of them is Sean Ashmore. We talked about that in our episode. I've been watching The Rookie for the last 3 months, I think. And my God, it's such a addicting show. I've been loving it. I'm in season 6. Season 7 is happening right now. It's been releasing every single week an episode. So I actually finished season 6. I'm gonna be watching season 7. I finally have caught up to The Rookie. So it's a very addicting show. If you don't know about Rookie, it's a show about cops on Los Angeles, and Nathan Fillion is in it. Sean Ashmore is in it. A lot of other actors I didn't know about it are in it, and so it's pretty cool to see that show. And I love those actors, and I've been watching some of the interviews as well. So yeah, it's a very addicting show. 7 seasons. It's still going. It started in 2018 and it's still continuing. Every episode is very entertaining. I don't think so there was a dull episode ever, for me at least. So very fun. Drama is there, but it's a lot of police, cops, detective kind of thing. So I love it. It's been really fun to watch that. Are you talking about Friendly Neighborhood? I was talking about Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. Yeah, it's as like I was mentioning earlier that it's a very good show, and I had a great time watching it. Some of the new characters are in it, like Nico Minoru is in it, and you understand who she is over the period of time, but you still don't know what she is. So you get to know this character in a very different way. Now Peter Parker knows who she is. Like Peter Parker just talks to her, and it's a different relationship, like a friendship, and then another different character. So you have these new characters that you have not seen in animation or movies at all, and they're being shown here. And Peter Parker has a different relationship with other characters, so it's really fun to see that. And they have done it in a different way, and also connected with the MCU a little bit in an odd way. So that was interesting. I'm pretty sure that this is like a kind of like a parallel universe or whatever. So yeah, it's a fun show. I really enjoyed it. I thought I will not really like it that much, but it actually is very, very nicely done. It's probably one of the better Marvel TV shows or animated shows. I mean, it's definitely one of the better animated shows, but it's one of the better TV shows in general from Marvel. Is The Rookie a weekly? Yeah, it's a weekly show about cops. Yeah, it is a weekly show. He's quite underrated as an actor. I don't know if he's an underrated actor. I think he is not overrated or anything like that, but he's not at all underrated, or I don't think so he's underappreciated as well. Like, he's a very well-known actor. Like, he's a very, very respected, well-known actor. There's a reason why he comes to a number of projects. There's a reason why he is working with James Gunn. Like, he is a very well-known actor. So he does his job very, very well. So he's a very well-known actor. He has done a lot of shows, but also some movies, but a lot of shows, movies too, but he's known from his role on shows. So, but yeah, Nathan Fillion is very, very cool. And yeah, The Rookie is a weekly episodic show. Every week on Tuesday, I think the episode comes out. So it has been like that since 2018. So it's not a Netflix, what is it? Netflix, HBO, Max, whatever. It's like, it's not like kind of like that where he 10 episodes all at once. It doesn't go that way. It's literally a televised show and not a subscription only show. It is also televised. So that's that. Nathan Fillion is the Nathan Drake we never had. Have you watched that Nathan Drake short movie that he did? It's so cool. But he isn't much talked about. I think he is talked about. It depends upon where you are. I think he is talked about quite a bit. I've seen him. He doesn't do a whole lot of like, or maybe he does actually, but like he is been talked about quite a bit. I would say, like at least where I have been, I've seen him a number of occasions and places. But obviously, again, it depends upon how you're seeing it. If you are talking about like, oh, he's not been talked about as much as Ryan Reynolds or as Henry Cavill or whatever, like sure, I understand, I agree with that he's not that level, but he is still being talked about. He's one of the most respected actors, at least in TV, because he's so much in TV shows and stuff like that. So he's been talked about that there so much as compared to like the other actors have been mostly on movies. Some of them have been on TV too, but like mostly on movies and have some much different roles, whereas Nathan Fillion has been on much majority of his work, his TV shows. But yeah, he's not that level of talked about, like, I don't know, like Zendaya or Tom Holland or whatever else, whoever else, surely. But like, I think he's very respected actor. If you ask anybody, like, I mean, any actor would talk about him in like in a much respected way. So there's a reason why a lot of people love him. I like the only show where he was the lead that I remember is Castle. He has been a lead in a number of shows. One of the was this show? What was that Zack Snyder's? Not Zack Snyder's. Yeah, Nathan Fillion was a lead in Castle. I think in The Rookie he's also a lead. Like it is his show. Like he is the lead character in that show, but it is also other characters as well. He's a lead. Like he's also like Firefly was another one that he's been. I think he was a lead in. But yeah, he's that's how it is. Unfortunately, like he has been a lead in some of these things. Castle, he was a particular lead, but in The Rookie, that the show is around him mostly. You can see it when you talk about. When you watch the episodes, you will see, okay, that's Nathan Fillion's show. But yeah, he's been a lead in Firefly. There's another show that I'm trying to remember. I don't remember. Not show, a movie that he did. What was that superhero movie? My God, I'm forgetting. Oh, so he was in Suicide Squad. I remember it. Uncharted's Nathan Drake, yeah. It is just his Firefly guy. Oh yeah. He's in Guardians, yes, he's in Guardians. Oh yeah, Firefly, yeah, that's the one. Firefly, he's been there. So, I mean, pretty good work he's done, so yeah. Yeah, he was in one, yeah, you can say that he is the lead. In which OTT is The Rookie? The Rookie, I think, is in he's not in Deadpool and Wolverine. Nathan Fillion is not in Deadpool and Wolverine, as far as I know. No, it's not. Oh, I don't think so. He's in there unless he voiced something. Oh, okay. He voiced, yeah, he voiced one small thing in that movie. Never mind. The Rookie, I don't remember where it is. I mean, some of it was, I think, is in Prime, but I don't know how many seasons it is in Prime, Amazon Prime. So I don't know how many seasons it is. So because they changed, the networks changed in between. So I think season 1, 2, I think are on Amazon Prime, but I don't know everything else where it is. So that's that. You have to take a look on that. He's in Green Lantern. I think he is. Yeah, Headpool. Yeah, Headpool. He's a decapitated head. Animated DC movies he has been. He is. I don't know if he's a voice actor as Green Lantern, but he is definitely some Green Lantern thing in the new Superman movie. So there's that. Are there any plans to develop movies and TV shows for Alan Wake universe? Right, with the deal between Remedy and Annapurna. Yeah, there is a deal between Annapurna and Remedy, and they are supposed to be working on an Alan Wake related TV series. I think that was the thing. It was actually announced quite a way back that before or during the launch, somewhere nearby the launch of Alan Wake 2, that a TV show is being done by, but it was from someone else at the time. I think it was AMC at the time. AMC was supposed to be working on it, and then that deal stopped, and then now it's with Annapurna, so Interactive. So they are working on, supposedly, like, not supposedly, they are working on, it's official, they're working on this Alan Wake thing. So I don't know how that's gonna go because there's no information out there yet. So hopefully we'll get to see that. The only thing that's coming out from Remedy information-wise, I think, is Firebreak, I think is the name of the game, which is this future game show, which is happening on March 20th. There will be some information there. So there's a Dexter Diesel, hi. Kate 6 in Destiny. Literally bringing Nathan back to the end of the franchise. He did, yeah. In the DC animated movies, I have not seen much of the animated movies, unfortunately, but that's cool that he was there. But yeah, he has done in a lot of, like, some animation, some a lot of TV shows, some movies. So yeah, he's a very well celebrated actor. So I like him just regardless. I just liked him from for a long time. I think Castle was the one where I started liking him a lot. I didn't watch Castle. My sister was watching Castle, and I was like, oh, I love the actress and the actor. That's why I got to know about Nathan. But yeah, I didn't watch the whole show, but Castle was cool. But Castle was also trouble. So I was talking about earlier how I would watch interviews all the time, and I do. So I watch podcasts. There's 2 podcasts I watch on whenever a new episode comes out. If there's an actor, if there's a guest that I'm interested in, I'll watch it. So these 2 podcasts is Happy, Sad, Confused, and Inside of You. Happy, Sad, Confused is by Josh Horowitz, and Inside of You is by Michael Rosenbaum. If you don't know who Michael Rosenbaum is, he's an actor. He played Lex Luthor in Smallville. He's actually a very celebrated actor. So yeah, he does a podcast as well. So Nathan Fillion was in his podcast, and he was talking about how troubled Castle was for him, like how intense Castle was and how bad Castle was for him. So he had bad memories for that show. So I was listening to that entire an hour plus long episode. I was like listening. I was literally watching it. I was not even listening. I was watching it. So I do that all the time. Like watch Josh Horowitz. I was watching recently Maya Hawke, Ethan Hawke's daughter. Maya Hawke was in Stranger Things, if you guys know. So I was watching that episode, and she was talking about how Instagram follower count is also being considered is also considered for the possibility to be taken into a role, or like if you have X number of followers, then you might get a role. And that she was talking about Instagram followers and that bullshit, and then how the producers and whatnot, or whoever casting directors will not allow you to take your Instagram off, or won't tell you to delete Instagram because you need a follower account and all that stuff. So I was watching that, I was listening to that, so I watched and all that stuff. So that's why I was watching Nathan Fillion's podcast as well when Michael Rosenbaum was talking to him. And I got to know about his work with Castle and how irritating it was for him, about James Gunn. At the time, he only did Guardians of the Galaxy. So that at the time, Rookie was. He didn't talk about Rookie, so I don't think the Rookie was. Rookie was already. Oh, he was talking about Rookie. Never mind. He talked about Rookie. Talked about a number of stuff. Firefly. Yeah, a lot of different things. So it was really fun listening to that, or watching that as well. Gamer Red Star, hello. Hope you're doing well. What's the Bright Falls short film before Alan Wake 1 in 2000? Oh yeah, I've seen that. But I don't know how it's gonna be like, because now you are, if it's Annapurna Interactive, I do not know how it feels like, how it will be done. A short film is a different thing, but when it's a TV series where you have networks involved, you have distribution, all that stuff comes in. And for example, I think one of the best examples is The Last of Us. There's a reason why. I know a lot of people would be like, oh, why not Troy Baker? Why not Ashley Johnson? But there's a reason why Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey were chosen for Joel and Ellie, respectively, or how Caitlin Denver is Abby in season 2. There's a reason why, because those are actors that have done these projects, and they are respected in that way, and they're known for that. So they need the star power so that a project like this gets eyes and attention from everywhere. So it's not just the gamers or fans of this game who's watching it, but they're also people who have no idea what this show, this movie, whatever it is, this franchise, have no idea. They just watch movies and TV shows, no idea about video games. They can get into it as well. So they need all of that. So that is important. So that's why it is going to be different when it comes from Annapurna and how it's going to be handled, because it needs to go in a direction where it gets eyes from every direction and not just from the point of interest of people who have played the game. And Alan Wake surely is played by a lot of people, but if you bring in everybody all over the world, then it will be much more beneficial. Obviously, they have to follow how Alan Wake works and the world and everything, so they need to stick around that. But it's going to be different as compared to a short film. Short film is much more closer to the West, if that makes any sense. So it's going to be interesting. I'm interested to see how they're going to tackle it, because if they can, I hope they tackle it in the same way The Last of Us or Fallout is done. More, I think, towards Last of Us. If they can do that, then I think that's good, but it depends. No problem. You're not yapping at all. I love both the Lees and Castle, but Nathan more. Followers matters. Just look at the Indian. No, it's not about that. It's not that. Indian reality shows, I don't care about that bullshit. But it's not reality shows. It's about movies and TV shows. Follower count should never matter when it comes to an acting. If you're an actor, you get a role because you audition and whatnot. You're an actor, you've been acting for so long, and because you have, I don't know, 5k followers on Instagram, you don't get the role. Makes no sense. That's what I'm talking about. Like, it never ever, in terms of acting, whatever it is, it should never ever fall on followers. Never. It's the actor's talent, not the fucking bullshit follower account. It's the actor's talent on how they do it. That's where audition fucking is there. There is a reason why audition happens. You audition for a role as an actor. And so you audition, they like what you're doing, they get it, they get the job. So it's very weird now that follower count is also taken into consideration because it's not right. And a lot of people, a lot of actors have talked about how bad this is. And there's some casting directors who do that, where they're like, oh, you don't have a lot of followers. It's not about like you don't have a follower numbers and you're not going to get the role, but it's also kind of like taken much more into account. Like, oh, follower count, you need to maintain that. You need to go. And sometimes also it's been taken into account whether they should cast that member. Or I think Maya Hawk was talking about how, oh, you should, there's this person, not an actor, a person who has, I don't know, let's, for example, just for a number, has 2 million followers on Instagram. This person, not an actor, this person should be joining this cast as an actor. And there was a lead actor who said, no, that person is not an actor. They're not joining. That's what I'm talking about. If, I don't know, anybody else who is a internet personality, you know, cannot just join because of their follower count. Like, it just makes no sense. I feel Matthew won't be a part of it. I feel that too. I do feel like Matthew will not be a part of it. I do feel like Ilkavali might not be a part of it. But again, it depends. It really depends upon how they're doing it and how they want to do it. I do fear that, but it is what it is. I feel like if it's done right, there will be a little bit of a backlash on that. But if it's done right, the most important thing is the essence of Alan Wake. It needs to be important. It needs to be accurate. It needs to be in that way where when somebody's watching, and especially as us who has played the games, if we are watching it, if it feels like Alan Wake, if it feels the characters are that way, if the story is that way, the world is that way, then it's great. Voice is not really that big of a deal as long as the story is done right and the characters are done right. So if they are able to tackle that well, then that's great. On top of that, if they're able to bring Ilka and Matthew and all that stuff and those actors in, that's awesome. But it depends upon how the marketing goes, and then the marketing becomes an issue. So there is a lot of statistics there that is important for show business. Unfortunately, that's just how it is. It's just how it is. So I don't know how they're tackling that. I have no idea because it's Annapurna Interactive and they've done some movies. Obviously, they published some movies, but I'm curious. I'm curious to see how that's gonna go. Anime gamers are a very niche audience, and it became even more niche because of Epic exclusivity. I don't think so. It's very niche. Sure, it's a niche audience, and I would say that for a lot of different games. But it's the only game you'll purchase from Epic. I have nothing from Epic. I will buy any game on Epic, on GOG, on anything else. I don't mind with Epic. I know a lot of people have their things on Epic. By the way, Samin, welcome. Just tuning in. Love from Bangladesh, man. Best interviewer. Thank you so much, Samin. That means a lot. I appreciate that very much. Thank you so much for joining from Bangladesh. That's awesome. How you doing? But yeah, for me, Epic is not big of a deal. But I understand. Alan Wake 2 is not really that niche. A lot of people have given that game a try, but a lot of people also don't know, which I understand. But I would say the same thing for a lot of Remedy games. Remedy games have a different style to it. It does. It has a very different style to it, and not a lot of people like that. A lot of people played Max Payne, I remember. But Max Payne was also, I think, was an Xbox game for some time. Quantum Break obviously was an Xbox game or Microsoft game, whatever. Control was also limited to Epic, but it came out different. But it finds the audience, and it depends. Sure, it is more of a niched audience, but I think that's the beauty in it. There's a reason why Alan Wake 2 got so much popularity for various reasons. People look at that they have not made enough money from it. That's a different story. But like a lot of people played that game, so They sold a lot of copies. Obviously, not a whole lot, but they did. So I think the Remedy games are really unique in that way. Obviously, releasing in different platforms would have definitely benefited them, but that's Epic helped them to help make Alan Wake 2. So it makes sense. I understand that. I hope they expanded the Remedy universe with those films, the TV shows, new storyline, and connect with the games. I don't think so. They will retell the game and make it into live action, like The Last of Us. I guess so. I don't know. I don't know if that. I don't know if that would be. I mean, it's to some degree. I feel like I would like to see like a new story or expansion of what it is. But at the same time, I'm like, well, I don't know if that is going to connect, because you have to also think about the idea that for me and you who have played the games, Alan Wake 2 and all that stuff, we will understand. But for somebody who has never played or doesn't know anything, nothing will happen. Like people will be confused unless it's like a completely different thing and unrelated to everything. There's no relation to Alan Wake, but like there's talks about, oh, Alan Wake, there's a writer, but it's a completely new character. Everything is happening differently, and it's like a normal TV show where you're seeing these new characters and all that stuff, like sci-fi and all that stuff. I don't know if you have seen this show called Haven. So if it's something like that, then I can see that working, and then people can know, oh, like what it is, and Alan Wake, and people probably might know about the games, and maybe that's how it can connect. But I don't know, maybe that can work. It does not need to include Alan Wake at all. Includes completely new characters, but the world is Alan Wake. The world is Remedy's connected universe, whatever. That can work, but I don't know. It depends upon how they tackle it. As I said, it depends upon how they go for it. Fallout can be considered is almost perfectly in line with the Bryce Dallas Howard Black Mirror episode. I have not seen that, unfortunately. I brought tons of games from Epic and saved a huge sum of money. Did you buy it? Did you get it? Yeah, follower count and individual ratings as well. They should tie in Control. I feel Control has more scope. But they lose me with Matthew. I'll mistake horrible spelling. No problem. That's all right. I will boycott the TV show and bring down Remedy. My God, that's a lot to say. I will never do that. I would never do that. Here's the thing. You have to understand. It's not about. You have to understand. Again, I know it's very hard to kind of have that perspective, but you have to understand it's a show business for a reason. You are giving a certain amount of money and investing a certain amount of time to a certain amount of to this project, and you want the best results out of it. I mean, if you make a show, you put so much effort, you put so much money into it, and it wasn't really that of a success, or not many people watched it. It's a failure. It's like, that project didn't work out. So it's a business. It has to be done that way. But I understand. Black Mirror episode is actually a feature prediction of the next 10-15 years or so. I have not watched Black Mirror at all. Unfortunately, I'm teasing. I get it. I am very much passionate, as you can clearly see. So apologies on that. Gamer Red Star says, are you excited for Death Stranding 2 special panel? Personally, can't wait to see the gameplay and the new story trailer with specific release date. I am excited, for sure. I'm very much excited for Death Stranding 2 special panel. It's happening, I don't know exactly the date when it's happening. SXSW, that's where the panel is happening, I think. So yeah, I'm excited to see what Death Stranding 2 is. So far, it looks fucking bizarre and it's fucking awesome. So I'm excited. Norman Reedus is obviously in it, and you have all these. Troy Baker comes back again, and there's new actors in, so I'm excited to see how this is gonna go. I love Death Stranding 1. I personally, it's one of the best games I've played, so I like it. A lot of people don't. It's different for everybody else. I loved it, so I'm excited to see what Death Stranding 2 is gonna have, the gameplay and all that stuff. And a new trailer. Hideo Kojima will make another 8 minutes trailer, so if he does, then he does. But I hope it comes out this year. I don't know, we'll see. The cerebral layering of the stories, making multiple perceptions easy to come to, but Alan is so driven down this one path. Alan Wake 2 literally broke even this week. $75 million? Did they? Oh, I didn't realize how much they made. But I know they finally recouped all the cost that gone into the game. Multiple perception, easy to come to, but Alan is so driven down this one path. I guess so. I'm not sure. Particularly, I think you are spot on about reaching new. I love that audiences. I wonder how they will make that leap. Yeah, it's at the end of the day, that's how it is. That's the reason why Last of Us was not expanded, because Last of Us is based on Joel and Ellie. That's what it's based on. That's how it starts. Last of Us is not a universe. Last of Us is about two characters and their journey and their story. And then you have more characters coming in, many more characters coming. But it's about these two characters, Ellie and Joel. So it's centered around them. It's centered around them. So that's why it has to be a retelling. With Alan Wake, it doesn't have to do that because it's not really per se. I mean, sure, Alan Wake was centered around Alan Wake and Alice Wake. But the storytelling was very different as compared to Last of Us. Last of Us was more like the game itself was more like a TV show. But Alan Wake is not exactly in that way. Alan Wake 2 is kind of like structured in that way or so. So again, they can benefit from retelling, but they can also benefit from expanding because it has become a universe now. Now you have these characters coming from these other places. You have Jesse coming from Control and all these other characters. And FBC, like you have Janina's character, what is her name? Kiran Estevez coming from FBC. So you have all these characters coming in, and that's a different game. And different. So it's a universe, and now they can tackle in a different way by bringing new characters in, and then bringing those characters into this universe from the TV side of things, and then you have these games and all that stuff. So yeah, they can do that, but obviously it depends upon how they go with it. I have no idea. I have no idea. We have not heard anything about it, so I'm a little bit curious to know what happens. But I'm excited. I've claimed the games, but I've bought the games as well. Uncharted, God of War, Cyberpunk. Whoa, from GOG. From Epic. All right, Uncharted, God of War, Cyberpunk, Spider-Man, Horizon Zero Dawn, Days Gone, Alan Wake 2, Control. I mean, those games are there, but like Uncharted and God of War, all right. That's cool. I did buy some games from Epic. But I don't remember what. I have to open Epic to see. Had all the mirroring though. Through the TV show making, it seemed like Max is John Mira, the paranoid schizophrenia serial killer trying to save his girlfriend. Wait, had all the mirroring through the TV shows? Who's John Mira? I'm just trying to figure out. Who's John? I have no idea what that is. Who that is. Mystery show address unknown. I like how there's a I mean, it could be. I don't know. It could be. There are some similarities. Max Payne 1 and 2 had TV shows? That is a character from the shows in the games? What? Alan Wake has a multiverse, so that do that in separate universe without any. I guess they have a multiverse. I guess so. Same were Lords and Ladies, which was funny. Address Unknown was a spooky pulpy horror. Baseball Bad Boy was the best. I have no idea what those are. I've never ever heard of it. I have never heard of like the connections and stuff. So that is new to me. That is new to me. This is my first time I'm hearing this. That is very new to me. I had no idea. I really didn't. Okay. Well, I learn something new every day. That's good. I would like to actually revisit Max Payne again. Max Payne 1 and 2. I never finished Max Payne 3, by the way. So yeah, because of the irritating feature that Max Payne 3 has. Lords and Ladies was having an incestuous ending. I think you forgot the shows. I don't understand what shows. I have only played the games. I don't know about the shows. I don't know what shows you're talking about. Maximum 1 and 2 are being remade, so you can totally wait till they do it all in 4K, whatever. I have played Max Payne 1 and 2. I know the story. I just don't know the shows you guys are talking about. So, Lords and Ladies, is that a show? I'm assuming that's a show then. I don't know the shows. Is that a show? I don't remember any of this. I mean, I remember seeing some things, but I don't remember it was a show and stuff like that, so I don't remember, unfortunately. They have shown the shows in the TV played in. Yeah, I remember the TV and something was playing there, but I just don't remember the shows. Because I played this game at a very different time, so I don't remember the shows, unfortunately. In levels of Max Payne 1 and 2, there are little TVs. Yeah. I remember the TVs and then there were shows and stuff, but there's a photo sequence with the dubbing, Sam Lake and... Wait. In the levels of Max Payne 1 and 2, there are little TVs which play the photo sequence with the dubbing. The faces of most of them. Yeah, I know that, but... Weren't there cuts like those? Weren't those like the comic strip scenes in the game? Yeah, I remember hearing some of this, but like I don't remember it at all. So unfortunately, that's for me. I just don't remember any of that. I remember Max Payne. I just don't remember the shows. Unfortunately, I just don't remember that because something would happen. But I've played them.
Prince, my lady, my lord. I must bring to your attention.
Yeah, I've not seen these. Like I'm looking at it right now, but I don't remember these because I didn't see them. You know what I mean? Like I just went by the game. Like I was just playing it and I was just watching, like playing what was happening. I was understanding the story of Max Payne and not this. I didn't really notice the surrounding that much. Again, I was playing at a very different time at that time. So I didn't really notice the environments. There was something running on TV and I saw some bits of it, but I was like, yeah, whatever. And just moved on. So I just went by and I just didn't really watch them because I watch them now because obviously now in like Quantum Break I saw some stuff and I was like, oh, I now know them. At the time I was like what, 15, 14 or whatever I was playing then, and I was like, I don't have no idea what's happening. I would just go forward. I just keep on going and not stop and look around. That was I'd never do. The only thing I did stop and look around and try to listen was the cleaners would be in Max Payne 2, for instance, were listening to Poise of the Falls song. And I was like, oh, they're listening to this song. Okay, that's the only thing I noticed. Otherwise, I didn't notice anything at all, unfortunately. Leon Scott Kennedy, hey, how's it going? Sir, please tell, should I buy a gaming laptop or gaming PC? I need a RTX 4060 under 1 lakh. Under 1 lakh. I don't know if that is available. 4060 should be available in general, I think. How much is the price of 4060? It's actually not bad. Not that bad. It depends upon, I mean, PCs I feel like are better, but if you want to have a laptop, I prefer PCs. I am not a laptop guy. I personally prefer a PC. But if you want a laptop, if you want to have to carry around and go anywhere else, then you can go for a laptop. It depends upon what you want. I prefer desktop. I don't go anywhere much. And if I am going somewhere, I take my laptop and just do very basic stuff. I don't play games. So if the need of laptop, if you travel around or if you live somewhere else and you need a laptop, you don't have a space for a desktop or PC, buy a laptop. But if you do have a space, then you buy a PC. It depends upon what you want. 4060 is available under 1 lakh, but wait now because of GPU shortage that is going on. I think so, yeah. I used to enjoy these shows. If you shoot the TVs, yeah, I know they do. I've done that. I've probably shot a lot of the TVs. That's what I did, I think. PC means both desktop and laptop. So, like, usually what people mean by gaming PC is a desktop and a gaming laptop as a laptop. I'm saying it as that. So I'm not talking about very technicality stuff. I'm just talking about, okay, PC is desktop for a lot of people and laptop is laptop. That's how I distinguish it. So Winchester has a question. Do you have any predictions for tomorrow's Oscars? I don't know. I have no predictions. That's one of the things for award shows and for any shows. I have no predictions. A lot of people want predictions, and I'm like, I cannot even think of any prediction. Who will win lead actor and best supporting actor? I don't know. Like who's going to be the best movie, animated movie? I have no idea. But animated movie maybe. Inside Out 2 would be nice. But I don't know. Or not Inside Out 2. What's that movie? Oh my god, I've not seen it yet. But oh my god, that movie that broke everybody's heart, the animated movie. But like I have some ideas. Like Anora would be nice to see win something. I'm pretty sure Shogun would be here as well. So like yeah, we'd love to see those projects win something. But yeah, I don't have like, oh, they should win that and they should win that and they should that. I don't have that. So Wild Robot, yeah, that's one. Wild Robot. I would love to see Wild Robot win something. I've not seen the movie yet. I would love to see it, but I would love to see Wild Robot win something. Anora, or another movie I've not seen. I've not seen a lot of movies and shows, but Anora would be like, I would love to see how much they win and what they win, and Shogun, which I've seen, what they win, how much they win, and all that stuff. I would love to see that, but I don't know if they should win this, if they should win that category. That I don't know. I have no plan for going out in 2-3 years. Great. I mean, then, so with PC, you have to build a PC. So you have to figure out parts. So now you have to go that place where you have to see, okay, which part works well. You have to see coolers and power supply and motherboard and then processor and RAM. So you have to find out which one works best. And then you have to, take a look at the parts, take a look at the price, and then, figure that out and then go. So if that can become a hassle and that can become like a confusing thing. But if you feel like if you want to take away that hassle, you can also get like pre-built PCs as well. There are websites where you can get pre-built PCs. So you can get that as well. But those are actually a little expensive. I think you can get in some things in a lakh. I think you can get that. But again, it depends upon you, really. It's very hard to answer that question. Both the places, in PC and in a laptop, you can get good performance in both the places. In laptops, you can get great performance, but obviously you need a much higher priced laptop. So expensive ones, that will get good performance. On PCs, it depends upon what parts you have. So you have good parts, and you can work out. So yeah, it's very hard for me to recommend one or the other. I don't know, like it's just how I would say, I don't know, it's very hard. For me, it's PC is the one that I utilize most. Laptops, I don't. But that's just me. A lot of people have different ideas. My friend, for instance, he loves playing it on a laptop. So that whenever he wants to go anywhere, like even just get out of the house and go somewhere, he would take that laptop and whatnot. So like that, or stay over with someone's house, he can take that. Or whatever, like it depends. Like, I don't know. It's very hard for me to suggest one. You can buy whichever one that you find it cheap and easier to get, I would say. I did not go to a cinema last year, I think. I did go once. I watched Alien Romulus last year. That was the only time I went to the theaters. And that's it. And here PC, desktop and laptop isn't equal to PC. I get it. I understand. And up-amp stops are obsolete because of mobile. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Like, that's just how things are right now, which is fine. A lot of people have no idea what desktop really is, and PC, they understand what that is. So that's fine. Like, it's okay. It's not, at least at the end of the day, they understand what is what. It's not nobody really needs to go the technicality of things, but that's okay. I understand some of them. I always say if you want mobility, go for a laptop. Otherwise, desktop is the way to go. Yeah, it's very hard for me to even say that because some people are like, oh, mobility, I'm not really much into mobility. So laptop or or PC or desktop for you. It's very hard to say. Like, I don't know. Like, for me, I believe in if you're buying a laptop for 80,000, I would not buy that laptop because it's not going to be a good performance. It will not be. I don't think so. An 80,000, 70,000 laptop, and this is by the way rupees we're talking about. It will not be good for performance, gaming wise. No, I don't think so. You need to get more than a lakh to buy a good laptop that can run games and give you a good performance. Otherwise, anything under that is not good. So I see that in that way. That's why I don't get laptops. I don't like laptops that much. But I like desktop because you can build it on your own. You can figure it out on your own. And it becomes cheaper in that way. Whereas for laptops, it becomes a little expensive because you have more things been given to you. So yeah, for me it's that. But for a lot of people, it's different. So I do not know. I cannot really tell you. I can only give you my opinion. That is for me, it's PC or desktops. Works better. You can upgrade as well. Yeah, you can upgrade. In desktop, you can upgrade. In laptop, you can upgrade, but there's very limited upgrades. So you can do RAM upgrades, you can do SSD upgrades, but you cannot really upgrade a processor. You can't upgrade it. I think some laptops maybe has a graphics card update thing, but you cannot really do that. You are stuck with that one processor and with that one GPU, graphics card, and one cooler, whatever that is really. So you're stuck with that. Whereas in PC, you can upgrade and change anything. So there is that flexibility, whereas in laptop you don't have it. So for example, a processor, you have a laptop which is great, and then the only one thing that is lacking, like after a few years, you realize, oh, my graphics card in my laptop is not that great. Everything else is good. You cannot change it. You have to buy a new laptop, which means you have to spend another lakh to get a new laptop, or you can stick around with that older laptop, or the laptop with the older graphics card, and wait till. I don't know, wait for a longer time. I think for a PC, you can just change the graphics card. So you have like options with PCs or desktop. But yeah, there's that. Okay, I've taken quite a bit of time. I didn't want to take it for too long for the live stream, but I appreciate you guys being here today, for joining in and for hanging around and chatting with me about everything in general, video games, movies, and whatnot. I'm actually excited to watch. Oscars tomorrow. I don't know if I can really. Yeah, tomorrow I'll be able to watch. I would like to watch Oscars. We'll see about that. I'm a wrestling fan, so I'll watch WWE tomorrow. For me tomorrow. For other people, it's later today. So I would like to watch that, and that'll be fun. And yeah, I'm excited to share more episodes. That, as I said, more are coming in the next 4 weeks. Actually, in the next 5 weeks, there are 5 episodes coming in. So in the month of April, you'll also see one episode. And I'll keep on continuing and updating you guys. Keep on a lookout on YouTube community post. I post the announcement guests over there. If you haven't already, I would highly appreciate if you guys could follow me on Instagram and on Twitter as well. On Instagram and Twitter, both the places, I go by the name BTV Abhija, BTV ABHIJHA. And I think in here, even in the description, you'll be able to see the links to that as well. I also stream on Twitch a little bit, so if you want to go there and watch me play video games, you can do that as well. But I'm a little bit irregular with that. But you can definitely follow me on Twitter and Instagram if you want to know about who is coming next. And I announce the guests over there. So, and it helps me out a little bit. So, definitely follow on both Instagram and Twitter. Just check on things. I share some stuff. But yeah, will you watch? Of course, I'll watch Daredevil, Born Again, for sure. I'm excited to watch that show. I'm already hearing so many good stuff about it because I follow some people who get who do press interviews and they get early access and stuff. So I've been watching that and they have been saying that it's really good. So I'm excited for it. I don't know when it's coming out exactly. Born Again is just at least in first week, but I have to check that. They're already filming season 2, by the way, so that's pretty cool. For Daredevil Born Again, March 4th apparently. So it's coming on March 4th. So both of you guys are wrong. No, I'm just kidding. March 4th on USA and 5th for the other people. Yeah, it's 4th, 5th, whatever. but fourth in general. Yeah, it's coming then, and I'm excited for it. I think the general idea or like the general feedback from people who have seen some like 2 episodes of it, like those people got to see when they were interviewing it. They said it's really good, and Disney has actually, I think, released one small clip, which I did see actually earlier today, a fighting scene. So yeah, it seems to be the same intense, dark feeling that Daredevil had in the previous shows or seasons, season 1 to 3. So it's continuing here, so I'm excited for that. It's so exciting for me to I'm excited to watch it. I actually wanted to hopefully participate in the interviews, but I was too late, so I couldn't do it. Nightcrawler, how's it going? Bro, that Sean Ashmore video was so good, and Quantum Break was ahead of its time. One of my favorite. Thank you so much for watching that, Nightcrawler. I appreciate that very much. Yeah, that Sean Ashmore is like one of my favorite actors, like period. That's just how it is. And sorry, hold on. Sorry, just wanted to check. But yeah, it's one of my he's one of my favorite actors. I've known him since X-Men. So he plays Iceman. So I know him since then, and I didn't know that he was in video games until I got to know about Quantum Break much later. Actually, when Quantum Break released, I was like, oh, Sean Ashmore. That okay. So that's cool. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see what comes next for Sean, and I've watched a lot of stuff that he's in. I'm watching The Rookie that he is in as well. So Quantum Break was ahead of its time, and I do love Quantum Break. It has its flaws, and I can understand why a lot of people were frustrated by it. But I like it. I like the game, and he is frustrated by it that a lot of people did not get the chance to play it or did not do that well, because they spent a lot of time, a lot of money on that. But I get it. I get it, and it's just it is what it is, unfortunately. But I'm excited to see what happens next. He's a big fan of Remedy, and he loves, which is so cool in the conversation that he said he played Max Payne 2 on the set of X-Men 2, or X-Men, I think in general. That was so cool to know that he played Max Payne 2 on the set. He took his Xbox and was playing it. Crazy. I hope they expand Sean Ashmore's role in Alan Wake universe. I think so. They will. Sam Lake had the idea of having him on the show, on the game, so there's an obvious reason why, just not to have him and just let it go. So obviously there's more to it, and obviously he cannot share, but he didn't share at all. But there's more to it, and so I'm pretty sure there's more to it, and these characters are there for a reason. So I'm excited to see what happens next. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't think so. He will be there in Control, but when Control comes out, there will definitely be a tease for the next game. So I don't know if it's gonna be Alan Wake 3, but that's the idea. That's the hope. So we'll see. They only brought in the DLC. I mean, Sean Ashmore is a I would not say he's a very important part, but he's a integral, like he's a good part, as I would say. I don't know really what to say, but like he's an interesting character in Alan Wake 2. So in the main game also he was great and very interesting in the main game, and the DLC expanded a little bit, but the DLC was a little bit different. So Sean Ashmore's character was different because it was not Tim Breaker. It was Sean Ashmore in the game, in the DLC. But in the main game, it was Tim Breaker. So it's cool. Yes, I know he's a playable character, but in the main game, he was a different character, Tim Breaker. In the DLC, he's actually Sean Ashmore, or a version of Sean Ashmore, which is very cool. So in the DLC, he's a version of Sean Ashmore, and the base game, Alan Wake 2, he is Tim Breaker. So Tim Breaker might have more. I don't know about the thing that they were trying to show in Sean Ashmore, as Sean Ashmore, but they were actually essentially saying that there's multiple versions of this character, and like Sean Ashmore's multiple versions. One of them is Tim Breaker, and so that is that. So I'm excited to see if they have explored that in the DLC, which means he's a major important part. They kind of teased with Sheriff Tim Breaker. Yeah, that's him. Tim Breaker is a character in Alan Wake 2, at least for that universe, so to speak. He was in Mother's Day. That film was insane too. I've not actually watched that, but I know that I know the project name. I've not watched it. Quantum Break had the cast of Quantum Break was amazing. Ashank, thank you so much for being here. Aidan Gillen was there, Lance Reddick, and my god, what is his name? Why am I forgetting these guys' names? He was in Lord of the Rings. Oh my god. Mary? What's his name? Are you fucking kidding me? Hold on, I'll get it. Let me search. Dominic Monaghan. Dominic Monaghan was in it, which is so cool. There you go. I'm just trying to remember the name. But yeah, great casting in that, and it was so cool to see. And also Jacqueline Pignol was in that, and I know her because I know her from Spider-Man games, Marvel Spider-Man. So a very cool cast. We were actually talking about that as well. How such an incredible cast it was. Aidan Gillen, he was talking about how Dominic Monaghan, I think, yeah, something along the lines of how Dominic and Sean thought how Sean can be, because in the game Sean and Dominic, they play brothers. So he was like, yeah, I would. Sean was like, he would be easily playing a Hobbit character or whatever, and so they were joking about like how he could easily be his brother because they kind of look whatever similar or whatever. Yeah, Lance Reddick was a great actor, and his last role wasn't. I don't think so. His last role was. I think his last role was John Wick 4, but I could be wrong. But yeah, it was so cool. He was Silence in Horizon, and he was also another character in Destiny 2, I think. I don't exactly remember, but yeah, he was Silence, and I love that character even in Horizon. And I'm so curious to see what's gonna happen in Horizon 3, what they will do with Horizon Zero, like the third game of Horizon when it comes out. I'm excited, but like, yeah, he was an amazing character. So amazing like character, and then the actor in general. So yeah, it's unfortunate what happened, but he's done such a great job. He was also in this Resident Evil Netflix show, which nobody liked. So I have watched Fringe a little. I didn't finish Fringe. I did watch Fringe. He's in it too, I know, but I didn't finish it. Fringe I was liking quite a bit, and then I went somewhere else. But you saw him there first. Oh yeah, Fringe was like, it did look so young. But yeah, Fringe is a fun show. It's sci-fi. It's a fun show. I did like the actress, and she played, and I was like, wait a second, I've seen her somewhere. And then I realized like, oh, she plays Tess in The Last of Us HBO show. I'm like, oh, that's her. I watched Fringe much later, so yeah, I got to know so much later. Fringe is awesome till season 4. Yeah, I watched, I think season 2, maybe 2. Somewhere in 2, because there's so many episodes and it's an episodic show. It was an episodic show. Every week one episode would come out. So I didn't finish the series, but yeah. I don't know if I'll be finishing it, but maybe I will. I don't know. I have so much to actually watch. I started so many these shows and stuff, and I didn't finish them. So maybe someday I'll do that and finish it, hopefully someday. And then if I became Morgan, she was in Mindhunter. Oh, yeah, I've not seen much of her work. I actually have not seen Anna Torv. That's her name. I've not seen much of her work, unfortunately. So I know her first from The Last of Us, unfortunately. But yeah, it is what it is. There's so many actors that I just don't know. It feels really awful that somehow Remedy is still not finding that mainstream commercial success like others. Their games are generally underrated. Yes, it is. Yes, Remedy games are very underrated for sure, and it is unfortunate that it has not gotten that much mainstream success, so to speak. Which is true. Yeah, it has not gotten so many people playing the game, which is, it is unfortunate. But I don't know. I'm trying to figure out like why. I'm also trying to understand why. Is it really about platform? I'm like, because if that's the case, then how come Last of Us and Uncharted are known for so much, and they have been PlayStation exclusive for so long? So like, I don't know like what exactly is the reason, but there are a lot of people who never played any of the Remedy games and then played and they're like, what the fuck? How did I not know about this? So a lot of people just don't know, and I don't really know why. But it depends. Like, for example, KCD, I remember Kingdom Come Deliverance. took 1 year to sell like 2 million copies, Kingdom Come Deliverance 1. And KCD 2, after 6 years, took in 2 weeks, sold 2 million copies. So obviously, over the years, the Warhorse Studios games, KCD, for instance, got a lot of popularity over these 6 years. So that's how it happens. So Alan Wake 2 got this amount of kind of hype because of those years of gaps and what Remedy was doing. So over time, more people get to know it, but it does get like a huge mainstream kind of success, like some of the PlayStation games have gotten, or some of the other games like Witcher 3 or Red Dead or all those games have gotten. But it does, the fan base increases over time. Watch it till season 4. It has Leonard Nimoy. Oh, I also haven't seen Mindhunter. It's on my watch list. I don't know if I can watch Fringe. I don't know. I just have so many things to watch. I'm watching The Rookie, as I said. I'm watching. That is one thing I'm watching. And other things that I've stopped. Shows that I've stopped watching midway. So I'm gonna, like, one of them is an anime. Like Dun 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 is an anime that I actually started watching because of Abby Trott and wanted to research, and I liked the show, and I have stopped that midway, and I've stopped Demon Slayer midway. So there's all these stuff that I've stopped, and I should continue that first before I finish anything else. And also video games are there, so there's a lot of things. So I don't know. Jen, how's it going? Fringe and Mindhunter are so good. Fringe, I'm seeing. Mindhunter, I have no idea. So unfortunately, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm still confused. Remedy is always pushing boundaries both technically and creatively. Is it because of marketing, do you think? I don't know if it is because of marketing. I don't know. I really cannot find a place or find a thing where I can blame on. Like, I don't want to do that at the same time. But I cannot really find or figure out, like, okay, why those games are not that, like, mainstream. And by that, I think some people would say, oh, it's not like it has not gained success as, like, I don't know, an Assassin's Creed or a Last of Us or an Uncharted or Ghost of Tsushima or Marvel Spider-Man. Maybe because it is attached with a brand that not a lot of people know. Like Remedy games people know surely, but for example, all the other games that I mentioned, like Marvel Spider-Man, Ghost of Tsushima, is attached with PlayStation. So there's more eyes on PlayStation. Obviously, Remedy did that for Microsoft as well. There were some eyes on Microsoft, but I don't know what happened there at the time. But maybe at the time, because it was like, what, Xbox One came out for Quantum Break. There was not a whole lot of eyes then for Xbox, maybe. I don't really know, but it could be everything in between. But I'm just happy that we all get to play the game and they all get to continue building, this different ideas for it. Because any other studio would be like, maybe we should shut down. Like, for example, like Monolith Studios, the guys who were making Wonder Woman, who have made games like Shadow of Mordor and Fear, they got shut down because, first of all, Warner Brothers, they were not making enough money and they had failed projects like Suicide Squad and all that, and they just killed the studio. So if Remedy was in their place, like, for example, if Remedy was working with Warner Brothers would have probably either shut it down or canceled projects. But Remedy does not do that, so that's good. That is a good thing. I feel like Remedy wants to make games, and I'm happy that Control 2 is like self-published and they're not relying on someone else. So I like that. At least they have that freedom. Not every studio has that freedom. They're bound with someone. Anybody from PlayStation, they're bound. A lot of studios got cancelled. Games got cancelled by PlayStation from studios like Naughty Dog. Their multiplayer thing was cancelled. So that happened. So I think at least Remedy is not there. So I think not being on stream is a major turnoff for gamers, but I do understand why it's not on Steam. Oh, sorry, Steam. Since Epic funded the game, I guess it's a turnoff for Steam. The game was not on Steam, and that's why. I know Alan Wake is out on PS4 at last, but it was out of stock the last time I looked. Really, it got out of stock? That's insane. Every Remedy game is different, and I think people like to play games that are a bit familiar with. I don't think so. I don't think so that's the case. I don't think so people want to play games that they're familiar with. There are lots of games that people are not really familiar with. I don't think so people were familiar or kind of with even Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk was very different. Sure, it was RPG, but it was different. And Alan Wake, I mean, for example, I would say KCD 2. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 has the most different combat, and that can turn off a lot of people. 270,000 people are playing that game for a reason. So familiarity, not really, but like there is familiarity in Alan Wake, in Quantum Break. There's those things are there. Um, it's not really something that is. Balatro has killed a lot of people's attention for a reason. And so, like, you know, there's familiarity in every single game. So you cannot really blame on that. So I don't really know what to blame. Like, at the same time, I don't want to blame on anything, you know? I really don't want to blame. I don't want to play that game because I really like what Remedy is doing. Intentionally didn't start watching anime shows. I watched because I had to do some research. One of my Twitch streamers actually did not enjoy Alan Wake 2. It would be interesting to know why, but he didn't expand. Well, you know why now. He just hated on it because he just wanted to hate on it. There's some people who hate for the sake of hating and don't really have the idea of why they hate. There are those people as well. We are talking about Remedy Gen. I wonder if GOG exclusivity has some impact. GOG exclusivity? I know I tend to lean towards Steam, but it's just what I know, and easier as a platform I gravitate towards it. I can totally understand. And I know Gen, like, I don't know if it was GOG exclusive. It was Epic exclusive for Alan Wake 2. Control was also Epic exclusive. And Quantum Break was an exclusive. So I know I understand the exclusivity. And that is a little bit, is a turn off for sure. A lot of people would rather play on Steam. A lot of people do play on Steam. And Epic has still not been able to build that recognition or build that trust as Steam has. Which I understand. I totally get it. But that's why I'm like, my question always has been about the fact that, hey, if people who there are games that came on a PlayStation, and people can buy a PlayStation, a fucking hardware, to play the game exclusive, which was exclusive at one point, then why can't they just download it on Epic? It's a platform you can download for free. So I found that a little bit odd, but again, it's a PC, like a PC gamer thing. I think that's I understand to some extent, but it's a bizarre for me. Like, people are saying, like, I'm so excited for Alan Wake 2, but it's on Epic, I'll never play it. I'm like, why? If you're so excited, why won't you play it? So I sometimes don't get that analogy. Like, I don't understand that, but I get it. I get why some people have that thing. But I don't want to completely blame on that. Again, as I said, I don't want to blame on something. But which game broke you totally? Which game broke me totally? Sorry, I'm just going up and down, so I'm sorry if I'm missing someone's comment. I'll get to you. Nightcrawlers, which game broke me? Last of Us broke me. I think Last of Us Part 2 broke me more. Red Dead Redemption 2, I played it much later, so Red Dead Redemption 2 also broke me. But Last of Us, I would say earlier, like if I go a little bit further back, I think The Walking Dead, Telltale's The Walking Dead was the first game that broke me. Truly. Dimitri, welcome on it. But yeah, the Telltale's The Walking Dead truly broke me. That was the first game that broke me. I never played any other game before that broke me. That was my first game. So Telltale's The Walking Dead broke me, but if I really want to say that broke me even more further, it was Last of Us Part 2. And I'm in a good way. Like, a lot of people talk about it differently, but in a good way, it broke me. And I was thinking about that game for 2 weeks. Red Dead Redemption 2 had the same impact. I was thinking about that game for a long time. But, you know, Last of Us Part 2 still for me. I'm just worried because in today's time, every company is struggling financially and so many studios are getting closed. Yeah, so Remedy, here's the thing. A lot of the studios that are getting closed by someone else, if you really see. PlayStation closed studios. Warner Brothers has closed studios. There are very few studios that are independent that close themselves. Very few of them. Sure, there are closers, but like very few independent studios close themselves. Unless they're really bad. Like they're not getting any kind of profit at all. Then they close. Otherwise, a lot of these studios have been closed by publishing studios. And that is not on their hand. That is not on the studio's hand. That is on the upper studio's hands. So Remedy is actually not bad. Remedy is actually able to recoup the costs, which is goods. They're able to sell, which is good. They're able to generate income. That's the most important thing. If they are not getting bankrupt, that's good. If they're getting bankrupt, that's a different thing. But if they're not getting bankrupt, which they haven't, that's a good thing. So that's what they have to figure out. And I think they're doing it. So I don't think so they'll be shutting down. But if Remedy was being looked upon or was handled by another studio, they would have, for example, if PlayStation was in charge, I don't think so Remedy would have stayed. Or Warner Brothers was in charge, I don't think so Remedy would have stayed. Maybe they would have, because the Remedy games have done quite a good amount of impact. Unlike like Suicide Squad, which had a lot of negativity. But Remedy has done a lot of, these games have a lot of positivity on it. There's not been negativity, you know? So maybe not. But like Remedy is in good hands for the time being. I played tested FBC Firebreak thanks to the early access from Remedy. It is really different and unique from what they usually do. I am excited to see what's happening. I believe I meant Epic and subbed. It's fine. That's alright. My brain is also not working. Good luck with your great interviews. Thank you so much for saying that, Dimitri. I appreciate that very much. Thank you so much for watching the interviews. Many people are Steam stands. They already have a library on Steam, so they won't buy games from Epic. But yeah, I get that. But I mean, I actually don't get that. I actually really don't get that. I'm like, why does a platform really matter that much? A lot of people have their own opinions. I just don't know. For me, platform really, like platform in the sense like software platform, like it didn't really matter to me. I don't care about these achievements and stuff. I really don't. I'm playing a fucking video game. So that's me. That's how I am. I know a lot of people are not that way, but that's how I am. So I'm like, if there's another platform that comes out, which has these new games, I'll get it because I'm excited for a game. I'll get that from that platform. I'll just download it or buy it, whatever. I just get it. I don't care about a platform, whatever. Like, how did people care about when fucking Orkut shut down and a new platform came in? Like, do people care about when Blue Sky came along? Like, oh, Blue Sky. No, people just fucking went on Blue Sky. Like, it's just like, it's weird for me when people talk about platforms. I get some, like, I don't know, like some people have their things, but I personally don't get, like, if there's a game available that I want to play and it's on GOG, for instance, I'll buy it from there. I don't understand. I'm excited for the game. I'll buy it. I've heard good things about the game. I'll buy it. That's it. There's no ifs and buts about it. That's how at least I see it. So it's very weird for me when people like, no. I'm like, why? You like the game? Like, but the worst thing is like when somebody's was saying like, I'm so excited for Alan Wake 2, but it's on Epic Games. I'll never play it. I'm like, why? You're excited for the game. So it doesn't make any sense. Alan Wake is about many things, including Jungian Shadow. So of course it is relatable to everyone on a personal level. Love Remedy stories. Unfortunately, I'm not familiar. I've heard of this, but I'm not so familiar with it. Alan Wake 2 would have done well if they released it on Steam, because on Steam you get various payment options. Yeah, payment options is surely for sure. You can use Paytm Wallet to purchase games. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, payment option is an issue for Epic. You don't have a lot of payment options, especially for other third world countries and stuff. So I get that. That is sure a good point to raise. If you're a kid, yeah, sure. But like, that is a good point. Otherwise, I don't really know any other options. I know people talk about achievements and this, that, and the other. I don't really care about that. So for me, Epic works. I don't know what to say. I buy games from platforms that is cheap for me. Yeah, sure. That's a good, smart tactic. I tend to be on a Steam stand mostly because there's just so much out there. And to be honest, after work, I only have much time, and so my brain space that I get that. It's just lazier probably to rely on one space to aggregate my games. I also don't vibe with many streaming platforms, and will only look at one. It's just easier. My brain is sleepy. I get that too. Like, you want to focus on one platform at a time. You want to go somewhere else. I know a lot of people are like, oh my god, there's another streaming service. What is I don't know. When HBO Max came, like, oh my god, HBO Max, what is that? So I understand that there's so many streaming platforms, and I get that. Which is, it's annoying for that, because now you have to buy a subscription in this streaming platform to watch this thing, and You have to buy subscription over there towards that, and that you have to pay for this and pay for that. So I get that, but now paying for X dollars on this subscription and on this subscription and that subscription and this subscription. But in this case, it's a platform. You just download it, and I don't know. Like I still find that a little different. But I also get that it's easier to just focus on one and open one instead of opening. Oh, I have to open this one. I get that. And not every Indian parent would allow this. That is just a child's perspective. There are various other reasons. I guess so. I mean, I don't know why a debit card is not allowed, but I get that to a certain degree. I don't know why a child would be buying by themselves, but that's a different story. It's not on me. 2 a.m. stream, feeling kind of chill right now. Yeah, I did not expect to go this far, but you guys keep on talking. So I really wanted to like kind of go for an hour long stream, but you guys have a lot to say. And if you guys have a lot to say, then I can keep on talking. Steam actually has tons of features with Epic doesn't have yet, but I found the games on Epic cheap many a times. Yeah, I've heard so many of that like idea, like, oh, Epic does not have features, and I'm like, what? I don't usually use any features on Steam. I open Steam and I click to play a game, and that's it. That's all I do. I've seen friend requests I don't accept. I'm like, I don't know who that guy is. I don't accept. That's the only one other tab I go to, or maybe activating a Steam code. That's what I do, and going to a cart. That's it. And I'm like, I don't do anything else. I don't utilize any of the features of Steam. So for me, it's like, yeah, sure. Epic, yeah, why not? But for other people who, I don't know, rely on the Steam features, I can see that maybe. Amazon VP stated that they lost in the race of platform despite being 250 times bigger than Steam. Amazon. Steam, because it really does everything right, so gamers just don't have to have any reason to switch platforms. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the thing. People don't have a reason to switch platforms. That is a very hard thing to kind of fight. I don't know why Amazon VP said that. But I understand that. People don't want to switch to a different platform. And that is reasonable. That I understand. For example, if anybody is playing an EA game, there's a reason why EA decided to integrate their platform to Steam. So now if you want to play an EA game, you can play any EA game via Steam, and it will open an EA Play app from Steam, which is weird. But anyway, it still opens an EA Play app. Otherwise, before it was, oh, you have to go through EA Play. So it opens now. Same with Activision now. Some of the Activision games are there as well. So yeah, they're doing that. And I think, you know, at this point, if a game has been exclusively launched on another platform, I think they need to really do a one-year exclusivity deal kind of thing. So after a year, they can release it somewhere else. But even that feels like a little odd. So I understand. But if a platform wants to build itself, then they will go with that exclusivity deal. So I get it. But like, I don't know. It's a very different topic, I guess. But still, credit to Epic for funding Alan Wake 2. Yeah. I'm happy that Epic did credit. Epic did funded Alan Wake 2. I'm happy about that. Ubisoft has their own. Rockstar has their own social club. Yeah, Rockstar has social club. That's the most weirdest thing I've ever seen. Ubisoft has Ubisoft Connect. Who uses that? Nobody. But it's Ubisoft and Rockstar and EA and Battle.net. Battle.net did it way before, but Rockstar and all that, like, they wanted their own platforms, and here they are. Nobody gave a shit. One of the platforms died. I don't remember which platform it was. One of them died. Thank you very much for addressing my question to Sean Ashmore. Of course. Yeah, you know, if you have any questions, keep on asking. If you want to, I'll answer. Try playing Breath Edge 2 demo. Relaxing fun. I have one demo that I want to play. I don't remember. It's like driving game that I actually did like. There's destruction in it. I just like that. I think most of us, like me, use Epic for weekly free games. I have not unlocked a free game in a while because I just don't get the time to play games. But I do have some games that I've not played, and it's on Epic library. I'm not super familiar with Epic. Do they have a discussion? I don't think so. They have a discussion board, or I don't know if they have. I could be wrong, but maybe they don't. Occasionally rely on. Maybe that also plays a factor for me. I don't know if they have a discussion platform. I've not really seen. I have to see because one of the things that obviously people see, like even I see, is the detailed review that people leave for a game, and I don't know if that is there in Epic, because that would be a turnoff, and I can see that why, but I don't remember. I just go in, I read reviews by people who write like articles and stuff like that, and I read it from there. I'm like, okay, I get it, and then get the game. That's how I see it. But if I just want to read what people are saying in general, then that probably is not going to be there. Hold on, let me actually log into Epic. I have not really seen how it is. Let me see. I'm not okay. Let me see. Let me log in. I don't even know what games I have in Steam. And in Epic, sorry, not in Steam. In Epic. This is my first time opening Epic after a long time. Hold on. Hold on a second. I'll change some things. Ubisoft Connect died. I mean, Ubisoft Connect exists. It's not dead. It does exist. But now you can play games and you can directly connect. And Ubisoft Connect opens and those kind of things happen. But it is not exactly dead. It does connect. It does come up. It does connect. It does come up directly from Steam. So it will open Ubisoft Connect regardless. But Ubisoft had stopped pushing for Ubisoft Connect. But any game that comes on Steam, it is actually from Ubisoft Connect. So I've gotten games from Ubisoft that I can only unlock from Ubisoft Connect instead of Steam. That's how I usually get. So that's how it is. Hold on. For fuck's sakes. Sorry, I just wanted to. What I hate the most is when I buy a game on one platform, it makes me launch another launcher. Yeah, I know. Is EA changing? I don't know if EA is changing. As far as I know, EA was like, yeah, you're gonna open another platform. I've done that because I play Battlefield 5 from time to time, and it opens EA Play. And if it does not open EA Play, the game will not launch. So, and I guess that's an old game, that's why. But yeah, at least as far as I know, that happens. And I'm like, okay, that's not what I wanted. No. Epic doesn't do reviews as such. Is there no such review stuff? I mean, I can see reviews, but I don't think so you can read it. I can see a review meter, but I don't know. There are reviews. Okay, they don't have reviews. Never mind. They collect reviews. Okay. Never mind. You're right. They collect reviews. They don't have a review system in place. Weird. It is what it is. It's kind of weird. But that's what it is, I guess. They give ratings. I mean, they are ratings, but I think they're ratings collected from other sources. So I just checked Callisto Protocol, for instance. I got the game for free, but I collected. I saw the reviews. I clicked on it, and there was like a list of reviews that people have written, and I clicked on it, and it went to OpenCritic. So I think they collect that instead. Steam has the game achievements section done well, whereas Epic is a mess in it. Achievements for me never mattered, unfortunately. Like, it just didn't. For me, achievements was not really a big deal. But I know for a lot of people it is a huge deal. But for me it isn't. So I really don't give a shit. People don't like integrated platforms like Ubisoft Connect. I read reviews on Steam where people lost their save data of more than 200 hours. I don't know how, but yeah, people dislike. Yeah, that happened with Ubisoft Connect with Star Wars Outlaws. People, it was very bad. People who got the game on Ubisoft Connect, they got early access. There was like a 3 or 4 day, 3 day early access, and people got a 3 day early access. They got their saves, they played the game, and when the game launched for everybody, the people who got the game early, the 3 day early access, they lost their saves. So people have played like 20 hours in it, and now they've lost their saves. And it was a big deal. People were not happy with that. And it was not, they cannot correct it. They couldn't correct it. So they could not get those saves back. It was a huge issue. But it all happened in Ubisoft Connect, which is unfortunate. Luckily for me, it didn't happen that way, but for a lot of people, it did. You think AC Shadows will save Ubisoft from being sold out this year? It's really their make or break game. They are really on the verge of being sold if Shadows doesn't work out. So this is what's happening with Ubisoft. As far as I know, Ubisoft is not exactly being sold out per se. What's his name? Gilmore? Whatever. US Gilmore? How do you spell his name? Gilmot, whatever. So he's the CEO of Ubisoft. So apparently, as far as I know, it is sort of being sold out, but they still want Ubisoft to be a property of the family. The CEO is the family. So they're not being sold out to, let's say, Microsoft, for instance. It's not happening that way. I think Tencent is. I think it's Tencent. Tencent is like getting like a big thing to it, but also not Tencent. Like yeah, I think Tencent or something like that. They're turning into a private company, but they still want Ubisoft to be a part of the property of the Gilmont family, US Gilmont family. So they want that to be a thing. I don't know if Assassin's Creed Shadows can save Ubisoft per se. I do hope that the game is good. I don't know if it can save the company. Guillermo. Oh, Guillermo. I just read Guillermo. Guillermo, yeah, whatever. Guillermo. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know if it's gonna save or kill Ubisoft. But Ubisoft is gonna stick. I just hope that Ubisoft can do something good with their games. Unfortunately, all their games are not that great. In terms of stories, they have this formula that has been like old for so long. I don't know what they're doing with it, but it is unfortunate. Jen says, great chat. I gotta head out, but glad. Thank you so much for joining, Jen. I appreciate that very much. I hope you have a good day, rest of the day, and a good weekend. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, I'm gonna end in let's say in the next 5 minutes or so, because I don't wanna keep it much longer than this. But yeah, give me whatever. So I don't think so. It's gonna help save Ubisoft. Like Star Wars Outlaws, I played that game. I have not finished that game, but I played that game, another game in my backlog. Ubisoft has this problem with storytelling games where it takes so long for the character to build up, like the story to build up. It takes so long for that to happen. And it's like in the third act or whatever is where things actually start to develop for the character, and then things start rolling. Otherwise, from Act 1 to 2, Act 1 and Act 2, there's nothing happening in the story. In Act 3 is where some things are happening. And so that's the problem with Ubisoft. It has happened with every single game of Ubisoft. Even Assassin's Creed has that issue. Assassin's Creed, Star Wars, the new game had that issue. What other games people have? Ghost Recon has that issue. So like those games have those issues, and I don't even understand like what's happening here. If you look carefully, Tencent has a lot of shares. Recently, USA declared Tencent as a Chinese military company, which is very odd. I don't know why they declared them as that, but it was very odd to see that. The family feature on Steam is so awesome, and me and my friend, family feature feature is very good actually. It's actually very, very nice thing. Family sharing, that's a cool thing about Steam. Family sharing thing. Only game gonna save game industry is GTA 6. A lot is hanging around on GTA 6, and I have a feeling that a lot of people will be disappointed with GTA 6. I have just a very odd feeling, because the way people are talking about GTA 6 as if it's the best game that it's gonna be, like it's the best game for the next 5 centuries or something. Like people have been talking about GTA 6 in that fucking manner. It's gonna be the best game for the next century, and I'm like, what? It's like they're overhyping the game, and I feel like a lot of people will be disappointed when the game actually comes out. At least that's what I feel like. And for me, I'm not so much, as I mentioned before, I'm not so much hyped about GTA 6. I'm not that excited for GTA 6. A lot of people are, which is good, and I don't blame them, but I am personally not so much looking forward to GTA 6 that much. So it's just my thing. But yeah, I mean, GTA 6 is definitely gonna do a lot good. Like it's gonna sell a lot of money, and a lot of people are like, yeah, I'm good. There were a discussion happening sometime earlier about how GTA 6 should cost $100, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? No, I'm not paying $100 for GTA 6. But a lot of people are like, yeah, GTA 6 deserves a $100 price tag. I'm like, no, that is not what we're gonna do. I know why it's hyped up. It's obvious. I'm just like telling that they're overhyping the game. And I'm not that hyped up for that game. GTA 6 is great. Don't get me wrong. But I'm not that hyped up about the game that, oh, it's going to be the best game for the next 5 centuries of 10 decades. Of like, I don't know. I'm not going to see it that way. It's going to be the best game ever made. No, I don't think so. Family sharing is really cool. Family sharing is really cool, especially for Indian gamers, because games are really expensive. I mean, games are expensive everywhere now. It's like, it's not really big. Like, games are expensive everywhere. But yeah, family sharing is an important thing. GTA 6, yeah, I just read that. I have nearly hundreds on Steam, and my sister hasn't played a single one. Plays all 3 Genshin Company games. Infinite Nikki, takes all kinds. Still love it. I understand. I don't know what the love is for the gacha games, but there is a big love. Standard edition, $100, $150, and $200. Gosh, I will not buy that game. Rockstar really needs to release a gameplay trailer and set expectations right for people. They will do that. They will definitely do that, and expectations will be set. Expectations will be set when the more things will be released, but obviously they want to release when things are in the right direction. They don't want to release just like randomly. So there's that. If GTA 6 costs 100, it better come with no DRM and a hard drive with the game installed physically. I mean, I guess so. I don't know. That $100 is a huge price that I will not pay at all. I will not pay for that much. That is insane. That people are making it normalized. Like, people are normalizing $100 for GTA 6. That is wrong. You know what's gonna happen when GTA 6 becomes $100? Other studios will see that as a good thing. And now, all of a sudden, from $70, games are now priced at $90. Well, a lot of games. What are you going to do about that then? Like, it's not a good look at all. So, it's just weird. I don't see that. For me, if GTA 6 is 100, I'm not buying that game. Finance options for games, yeah. There's a saying, keep low expectations, you will get disappointed. Yeah, I mean, you should keep low expectations. A lot of people are having high expectations. I know when GTA 6 had leaks, those gameplay stuff were leaked for GTA 6, and it was a very raw gameplay. Textures were not there, things were not really implemented. It was just for gameplay, sake of gameplay. A lot of gameplay videos were leaked. That massive leak that happened, I think, last year. A lot of people were complaining about how GTA 6 is the worst game of all time, and I'm like, motherfuckers, that is a work in progress. That's a work in progress. That'll take some time. So people already jumped ship towards hating the game, but that was a work in progress. So I'm like, as I can totally see when GTA 6 comes out, a lot of people will be disappointed because a lot of people expect way too much from the game. That's how I see it. And I'm pretty much sure that's what's going to happen. Seeing the success of Wukong, Stellar Blade, I'm very happy to see games from Asia taking. Yeah, I'm happy too. I mean, Stellar Blade is from. I mean, I'm forgetting the studio name, but all these games from Japan have always done good. I'm happy for Wukong, which is a Chinese game, so I'm happy for them. I think is it Stellar Blade? I don't know who made Stellar Blade, but it's coming on PC too, which is a good thing. Shift Up Corporation. Oh, they're South Korea. Never mind. Ignore me. Yeah, I'm happy that all these other games from Asia are doing well and people are playing it. It's pretty cool, especially with Wukong. It's such a interesting story, and it took so long for a game. I'm happy that a game was made, and a lot of people liked it. It was like what? That game was insane. Like, that game had 2 million people playing the game, and it became the #1 played game on Steam ever. Literally, I think it was #1 played single player game ever, and #2 most played game of all time on Steam. So that was how cool it was. My God, that game was insane when it came out. I miss the time when game copies used to come with physical content like maps and posters. Yeah, that is not exactly happening that much. The physical stuff is still there, but it's not that much because discs are getting off. But Wukong Xbox where? It's not an Xbox, right? It's not? I thought it was also. It is on Xbox. It is on Xbox. Honestly, if there's a game that needs zero marketing, yeah, I mean, marketing wise, sure, GTA 6 don't need any marketing. The Rockstar will put one trailer. That's it. Done. Like that's what makes it so cool about Rockstar. Rockstar uploads one thing about GTA 6. They don't need anything. That's it. But is it really that good? Stellar Blade? Stellar Blade is pretty good. It's actually a very good game. It depends upon like how you see it. I am not a big Souls guy, and that game has like those elements a little bit here and there. So I'm not that much into that kind of games that much. And story for me was like whatever. I didn't really enjoy the story that much, but that was me. A lot of people did. Combat is very fun, very flashy. The world is cool. The weapons are cool. The combos, no, there's no combo. But oh no, there's combo. Those are fun stuff. Like it's a fun gameplay, very flashy. Obviously, the girl looks great. But yeah, it's very flashy and very cool, very science fiction-y world, and it's a pretty cool thing. But it depends upon what games you play, you know. And I think it's a very good game. It's very awesome. Do you own a Steam Deck or any other handheld device? No, I don't have any handheld device. The only handheld device is my phone. But no, I don't have any handheld device. Again, for me, I thought of having a handheld. I thought of getting like a Steam Deck or an ROG or whatever else, or Switch. Switch makes sense. Steam Deck for me doesn't really make sense because I'm like, when will I play on my Steam Deck? A Steam Deck kind of makes sense when you are also like traveling and you don't have again, it's kind of like the laptop situation where you don't have space or whatever, and Steam Deck is much more easy to travel with and play games on the fly and all that stuff. And you know, it's a very different experience. Of course, people who have played with PSPs and stuff, but I'm like, I don't know, where will I use it? I'm having a PC. I'm barely getting time to play games here. What will I do with the Steam Deck? It will be a bad investment. But I feel like a Switch would be a good investment, maybe, because I can play Switch-specific games that I've never played in a while. Like I've never played at all. But at the same time, I can emulate. But anyway, like Switch could be a fun thing, but I don't have one anyway. I think Rockstar will get $1 billion in pre-sales itself. Yeah, a lot of people will definitely pre-order the game. That game will already be a success. You know, even before the game comes, like even before the game has launched and stuff, it will already be a success. Day one, the sales will be off the charts. It's gonna be big. It's gonna be the biggest thing of all time. Like we all know that GTA 6 is gonna launch on consoles first, and it's gonna launch on PC much later. That's just how it's gonna be. It's gonna be the biggest selling game in PlayStation and Xbox, probably of all time, you know, or something like that. It will be the biggest selling game on those consoles. A lot of people at that time will buy a PS5 for GTA 6. A lot of people will do that. People will buy PS5 or PS5 Pro. Even they can probably buy a PS5 Pro for GTA 6, because GTA 6 Rockstar will do this thing about like in PS5 Pro you get these extra stuff, and then lo and behold, a lot of PS5 Pros are being sold. And then it will come out on PC like 2 years later or something. Remember Soldiers? No pre-order? Yeah, don't pre-order games. True. Do not do that. Do you know about Playdead Studio? They made Limbo and Inside. Anyway. Yeah, I do know Playdead Studio. The Inside was so cool. Limbo is amazing. I've not played their games in some time, so I don't know what they made. Have they made anything? Playdead Studio. Sorry, I was looking at something else. Oh, they have only made 2 games. That's it. Jesus Christ. Inside is so cool. I actually made my sister play that game a little bit because it has puzzles in it and it also has a story in it, and I wanted her to see like how cool video games are with puzzles and with the story. So she was looking at the environments of Inside, for instance. She was looking at what's happening in the background, because a lot of the stuff were happening in the background, and she was realizing like, oh, it's very subtle. So you understand like, okay, you are making up, you're understanding what's happening in the world. And she loved the fact that that was in the game. So I was like, yeah, I'll show you more games if she's interested. But I wanted her to play it because she has not played a game in such a long time. She was playing in using my controller, and I let her play inside, and we went for some to some to a certain extent. We played 3 hours of inside actually. That was insane. We started like at 9, and we ended at 1, which it was amazing. So like 3-4 hours or something. It was so cool. Maybe PS6 with GTA 6? Nah. I mean, PS6 probably will come sooner, I think. I love Limbo Inside. I played the games just last year. Ah, yeah, that's cool. Their upcoming game is going to be great too. So far, they have shared some screenshots. Oh, they are working on a new game. Okay. I didn't know they were working on a new game, but if they are working on a new game, that's cool. I would love to see what will happen there. It'll be inside. It'll be exciting. But yeah, I will have to say, all of you guys, thank you so much, guys, for coming in. I will end it here for the stream. It's been far too long. I didn't want to go this far for the stream. I wanted to keep it short, but I love that you guys were here and you guys had a lot to say, and I love that. Again, my plan is to do these streams every once in a month, so towards the end of the month. This was the beginning of the month, but it was still end of February. So every once... And at every end of the month, once at least, I'll do a stream where I will just catch up with you guys, talk about games and everything in between, podcasts and stuff like that. So, yeah, this has been really fun. Thank you so much, all of you guys, for all the support, for the likes and stuff like that, and becoming a member. I'm excited to share more episodes. As I said, next 5 weeks, there are 5 episodes coming in from Marvel Rivals, Pokemon, Ash Ketchum, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, 2 actors from there, and Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. All of these things are coming in the next 5 weeks, and there will be more, of course. There's more games coming up. Expedition 33, I'm looking forward to that. Metal Gear Snake Eater, that might happen, actors from those games. I'm just teasing. I don't know if it's gonna happen, but I'm just teasing. Lost Records, a lot of things. So I'm excited to see what happens and what comes around, and what I can share. Lolok, love the interviews lately. Glad I found your channel. Thank you so much. That means a lot. I appreciate that so much, Lolok. That is amazing. Thank you so much. And again, if you guys haven't already, consider becoming a member. I know this is kind of like a weird thing, but like consider becoming a member. It helps my channel a little bit more, and help support the podcast and the channel, and continue so that I can continue making more of these episodes. And you get some perks. You get some really cool perks: extended episodes, early guest announcements. If you have any questions for the guest, your question will get the highest priority, and I can ask to the guests on the day when I'm talking to them. So yeah, consider becoming a member if you can. If you can't, that's fine. Sharing and supporting in general, commenting, liking, all that stuff also is a big support. So I just appreciate you guys all the time. I really do, and it's been fun to share these stories. So thank you so much, guys. Haley Joel Osman would be good too. Has been doing a few interviews lately. I actually do not know that person. So there's that. Oh, thank you so much for 10 pounds. I appreciate that. Pounds, is it like? Am I wrong? I'm so sorry. I'm so bad at currencies. So that's euro. I know that currency. Thank you so much for the 10. I really appreciate that. That means the world to me. Thank you so much, guys, for all the support. It is actually really, really cool. I really appreciate. I got 2 members here, including this is my super awesome username becoming a member as well. So, and Professor Somic as well becoming a member. So thank you so much for doing that. It means the world. As I said, this has been amazing. Again, I'm gonna be coming back once again from on next month towards the end. I think 31st March. I think March has 31 days. Yes, 31st March, I'll be coming back then. So I'll be streaming once again. So just to catch up with you guys. And if there's something in between, maybe, I know April there's BAFTA Game Awards. So I'll be streaming that, I think here. What is that? Haley Joel Osman? Oh, yeah. He was, yeah, I've seen him. Never mind. I've seen him. Now I understand. He's a good amount. Good. Yeah, I've seen him in shows. I've not seen him in games, unfortunately. Storma Gaming, hi. I'm just ending it. But anyway, I just want to say, don't want to take extra bit of your time. Thank you all of you guys for coming in. I'll see you guys in the next stream and in the next episode if you guys are interested. There's more coming. Keep in tune, and if you haven't already, follow me on Instagram and Twitter. The link should be in the description of this live stream, or you can find me BTV Abhijha, BTV ABHIJHA on Instagram and on Twitter. Follow me over there. You can get more information about what's happening next with the podcast and stuff. So if you cannot from YouTube directly, thank you so much, guys, for joining in. Again, I really appreciate that. It means a lot that all of you guys are watching till now after 3 hours. I appreciate that very much. Take care. Have a good time. Have a good weekend. Rest of the week as well. And I shall see you guys in the next live stream, which is happening by the end of March. I'm assuming it's 30th or 29th March. I'll see you guys then. Take care. Bye-bye. Have a good time. And thank you so much for all the support. I really appreciate it. Peace.